Nature isn't as quiet as you think it is. It is loud, so incredibly loud, but not in the way you're familiar with. Not with the growls and snarls of animals, the sound of the wind whirling, or even the waves crashing upon the sand. It speaks and it sings in every little breath and movement. When the stars twinkle, it's music. The knot in a tree, a single message of the trunk's thoughts and memories. Every ocean current, a murmur of the path it has yet to take. And all of these small intricacies of the world press upon me, willing me to lend my ears to their thoughts and desires, their life and their future. It's overwhelming. And yet, if I had to turn my back on the song that follows my every step, that rocks me to sleep as I slumber beneath the night sky, only emptiness awaits. I'd be falling back into a hollow life, straining for something that is always just beyond my reach. And so I'm here, blooming with the melody that grows every day, continuing to listen to the song that guides me until I'm able to play along. And one day, I'll compose my own aria to sing amongst the stars.
There is a great war emerging, a war between righteousness and evil, the light and the darkness, between the truth and the lies. As this great war wages right beneath the surface, it threatens to drown whom it touches. The war for my soul threatens to tear me apart. The truth of the great Triton protector has shown me the lies of a false god who deceived my tribe, the Nalos. Now they remain manipulated by the lies and isolated from the other Tritons. Within my body, the light of Prasanna ignites a great flame, but I have been touched by the darkness of the Shadowfell. The divine light and the shadows have given me the blessings to use my powers to help and defend the individuals of this world. May my mind, heart, and soul be filled with righteousness and not fully engulfed in the evils that have influenced my people. May I have the strength to face my indiscretions of my past and save the Nalos from certain death. May I find balance through this war, to use my love and the pain that I have endured to protect the very people that mean the world to me. For my new tribe, my new family. This war remains, but I will fight it gladly until I become one with the protector of the infinite seas, Proximus.
Hey! Hi! I don't have time for this. No offense, very busy. Hand me that red flask. The one on the left. Your other left. Oh, it's Winnie, sea scavenger extraordinaire. Shouldn't she be scavenging? Yes, I should. But no, there's things out there. Star things. Powerful things. World-changing things that need to be investigated. There's something... Jeffrey, don't eat that. Something I know I knew. There's so much I don't remember. Don't know. I have to relearn it. But how? So, I'm here, experimenting. Trying not to set the ship on fire. I don't even know what I'm looking for, exactly. Can a star be created? Can you get close to making a star? How do you reverse engineer the biggest magical object you've ever come across when you don't even have it anymore? See, I'm really good at the questions, but all I'm finding so far are more of them and no answers. Well, and a potion that makes you, really strong, but that's not what I wanted. Hey, do you... No, Jeffrey, don't eat that!
The freedom was what I was searching for. I found it in the crumbled remains of a statue. I found it in the sails of a stolen warship. I found it in a spark. Or a flame, rather. But I know it's not real. The shadows that wither and watch at night remind me of that. Each soul that I've marked in order to protect others reminds me. It all reminds me that I wasn't strong enough to stand on my own. I couldn't escape without selling my soul to an even worse evil. Or what was left of my soul anyways. It wants to consume all it can. All the power that Omaris has to offer, all the life that it can take. I can't let it take any more than it already has, any more than I've already given. I will not be the reason that this world ends. Come hell or high water, this can only end one way. Because I have too much to lose if it doesn't. I can't lose it all again. I won't lose it all again. Not this time, you fickle fit bastards.
I shall not see a world that will be dear to me. Woods without fruit, fishless seas. I am Fiach of the Rowan. Trouble's coming, and as per usual, I have to be right in the middle of it. Guess it's what I signed on for. Not that I had much choice in the matter.
Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lore you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls. Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. I am Derek. I am your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns. My last name's Sword. That's my real last name. You can't have it. That's the short and dirty version of it. But yes, it is cool. That's the reverse version of it. I'm very excited to be back with these very lovely folks, especially our phenomenal guest, the Lady Dame, who has joined us once again, will be joining us for the month of August with her phenomenal character, Fiach of the Rowan. I'm going to have these people say a little bit about themselves and their characters, and then we're going to jump right back into it. I don't remember who has the recap. Actually, I think it's Kaila.
It's me.
Okay, awesome. I was right. But before I have these people say some things where I stop talking for a minute, I do want to say that you can support them if you are able to and should be wanting to, which honestly, how could you not? They're phenomenal people. They tell amazing stories. They created amazing characters, and they spend 3 hours of their lives every weekend doing an entertaining thing that is otherwise for free. So, you know, if you're able to, throw them a couple of bucks. Just give them a little tip. Because you can do so through our Pally account, pally.gg. Instead of going through Twitch and Twitch taking their massive cut and us getting only a little bit back that then we have to divide, you just go through Pally. You can go through Twitch. It's appreciated. It goes directly towards the channel. But go through Pally. Pally evenly distributes everything that you are able to tip evenly amongst these people based on shares, and once you do that, you can actually impact this game. There are levels that you can hit, you can give advantages, crits, you can even do something called a black spot, which is an extra complication to the game and makes things just a little more difficult for these folks. Also, if you do that to balance out karma in the universe, I am legally required to sing a sea shanty. And you may roll on the sea shanty table to determine what sea shanty that is. This is a new microphone, so I'm saying sea shanty as much as possible to see how much my S-pops actually hit. Okay, all that said, I am going to leave it to these folks to introduce themselves. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hello, I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am playing your lovely soul knife rogue star druid Acacia, who is causing some havoc on a merchant ship right now. It's fun.
Absolutely. Sure is. Havoc is a great word for it. Thank you, Mare. Eva?
Hi, hello. I could not scroll down fast enough. I'm Eva. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing Winnie, who also uses she, her pronouns, who is your alchemical sea elf artificer, with her little special boy homunculus, little Jeffrey, the were-shark homunculus.
Yes. Teeny tiny mechanical homunculus.
Yes.
Thank you, Eva. LD.
You did. It's great. It's fine. Got it. Fantastic. Hi, everybody. I'm LD or Lady Dame. It's the other way around, and I'm playing Fiach of the Rowan, the harpy who's here to cause a lot of problems. Really. That's all I got. That
literally can't wait. Next up, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus. Your Triton, Shadow, Sorcerer, Paladin of the Guardian of the Infinite Seas, Oath. Our Horizons Call, Homebrew. That's
I honestly thought you were going to say our Horizons Call Himbo. Both are true.
Also true.
Fact.
Still fact.
Mikyl is also the artist for this campaign, so if you like the art that you see on the screen, which, yeah, I know you do. Hit him up. Give him money for commissions and that sort of thing. We only want to encourage him to do more of this incredible work. And last but not least, Kaila.
Apparently, being a himbo is a requirement for being first mate in this fleet. But hi, hello, my name is Kaila. I play our lovely murder mermaid, Scarlet Shores, she, her pronouns.
Fantastic. Kaila, while we're at it, would you like to hit us with that recap?
Yeah, we're going to see how much I remember from last week and how well my notes are.
Let's do it.
So, as we started last week, we had a week prior to where we set sail. We all had a to-do list. Most importantly, we did name our island. We named our island, we named our town. It is the town is Phoenix Landing of Ascension Isle, we decided. So it now has a name. It is officially branded? Sure. Scarlet's to-do list was relatively long. We did rename the Bloodhound. It is now Cross's Mercy. Scarlet also bothered Rollin, because why wouldn't she? Borrowed books, and of course, claimed 5 souls for her patron, because Worm Daddy required 5 souls. Which was fine. It's fine. It's only gonna go up from here, right? Proximus did first mate duties and made sure the redemption was good to set sail. Winnie worked on a mirror once we set sail. And Acacia tried not to have a complete breakdown over miscellaneous sky daddies in the world. But we set sail officially as a 2-ship fleet. And on our way through, we found a merchant ship. And like all good pirates do, we pirated because someone's got to pay these crews. And we're not going to do that if we don't actually have any goods. So it is a dragonborn ship that we have did a little chase. They're not as fast as the Redemption and Cross's Mercy, so caught up relatively quickly. Acacia did surprise Seagull Centaur maneuver that we all love and adore, and surprised the person who was at the helm, and started off literally the whole chain of events of boarding, big fight, and a familiar face to the captain of Cross's Mercy showing up and almost ending badly as a dagger was pulled on Fiat when Scarlet realized what was happening. Not too long of a reunion because we all boarded the ship and we are where we are.
You are where you are. Absolutely. Phenomenal job, Kaila, on that. Fantastic. Well, we are where we are in the middle of combat. So let's get some music going. Okay. So where you all find yourselves now aboard the Zephyr Majestic, a golden dragonborn ship that is somewhat well armed for a merchant vessel. you all were able to take it, come alongside, board it, and engage in good old pirate swashbuckling combat with these Dragonborn. Scarlet did call for full quarter to be given, however, the Dragonborn did like to fight back because they don't know that. These are two pirate ships who are now trying to board, and they fought back with full fury. So some of the pirates that did come aboard have fallen. A few of the Dragonborn have fallen. However, Proximus was able to take the captain in a chokehold and command people to drop their arms. He did get a number of them. However, there were a few towards the other end of the ship that didn't really hear. So we still have 5 combatants that are still engaged. So we're going to start. We did end at the bottom of the order, so we're starting right at the top. Acacia, we pick up with you right behind the helmsman, who you have bonked a couple of times and is looking pretty rough. These were non-lethal bonks, so we can keep with that if you would like, or you can absolutely murk this guy. I leave that up to you. But the Sphere of Darkness has been dropped by Proximus, so it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Are the ones with the green circles are the ones who have dropped arms?
Yes, those are the ones who have given up.
Okay. Everyone. I think the only one that's not dropped anything around me is the one that's the golden one right here next
Correct.
to.
That is one that Fia whipped recently and is still a little aggro from that. So you may absolutely take them on if you would like.
Yeah, since that one has not dropped their arms or anything, I will deal with that one. Those who have obviously given up, I'm not going to go after. But this one's fair game, and in
Absolutely.
that case, they are definitely engaged with other folks. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw one of my psionic daggers, which I don't think I can make non-lethal.
Well, it's psychic damage. I will say you could give them a headache enough to knock them out. Should you want to be non-lethal, I think we could reason it to be non-lethal.
I just make them feel intense feelings of guilt instead of a mental stab.
Oh, worse than death. Wonderful.
All right, so in that case, I am going to roll. That is a 17 on the die.
17 will hit.
Let me just double check how many sneak attack dice I get, which is 5d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my psychic damage is also a d6. D&D Beyond tells me 18 from the dice plus 5, 23 points of damage.
So this would take them out, and we're doing that non-lethally, correct?
If you will allow me to do psychic damage unlethally.
Yes, I think any type of damage, aside from maybe like fire, acid, that sort of thing, can be non-lethal. And
Lightning.
Sort of psychic, yeah, maybe even lightning. Lightning, like you can tase somebody, right?
There's a difference between a taser and lightning, Derek.
It's all semantics. So yes, you can guilt this guy into unconsciousness, and they have.
When was the last time you were home to see your family, dude?
Oh wow, yeah, that hurts.
Wow.
For a sailor as well. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's all. I did a psychic attack. No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm done.
Moving on then. It is Connery's turn. Connery is going to go to the helm and take it over from the helmsman that is standing there. So he is at least going to stand next to Proximus. He is not bothering with the individuals who are further along the ship. He just wants to officially claim this one. So I will have that be his turn. And with that, Scarlet, it is your turn.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy. And I would like to... Oh god, where is it? Oh my god. Okay, the voice one. The very loud voice.
To make your voice boom, sure.
Yes. And I will proclaim to the ship, We have your captain. Put down your arms.
Roll intimidation with advantage, please.
Hell yeah. That is a 21.
I don't think they're going to get any better than that. Well, let's see. They are not. You all are successfully out of combat as these last individuals are going to hear this voice boom so much that it like reverberates through the floorboards. The planks of this ship kind of rumble a little bit as Scarlet's voice just like thunders outwards towards them. And though they were in, the heat of battle, they turn towards where the voice came from and see Proximus holding their captain at his throat with the glaive. And they are going to, as they are very loyal individuals, all drop their arms or spells, should that be what they were holding. And we're out of combat. So, you all have taken a ship. Winnie, you are below decks. I'm going to say this is tough because Winnie is still kind of in a level of combat. These individuals have not dropped their arms. So I do actually want to know, Winnie, what are you up to while the battle is going on? You've heard a number of thunk 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 thunks as you are below decks, and could maybe reason that to be a number of weapons being dropped.
Would thaumaturgy not have popped down decks?
Oh, you would have heard thaumaturgy as well. But
they're not
again,
doing...
these individuals are not swayed. They cannot be intimidated or persuaded. Especially not by something they can't see.
That's fair. I think from behind the door that we're all in front of, I would like to create a sound kind of up near the ceiling that sounds sort of like breaking wood.
Okay.
And see if that distracts him. If not, I'll probably just wait it out.
How are you creating the sound?
Super glad you asked. Pretty sure I've prestidigitation.
Okay. So the sound of breaking wood above them?
I can do a sound, can't I?
With prestidigitation, should be able to.
Yeah, faint sounds. So, yes, and maybe even the smell of smoke and a little bit of like fresh broken wood sawdust, I guess. I don't know, Winnie's, she's been on ships. She hasn't been on a lot of breaking ships, so that's the mix she's gonna go with.
Okay.
Yay, cantrips.
And your goal in this is to get them to move out of the way as if like the ceiling above is going to collapse? Okay.
Yeah.
I will say they
or that
look
it
up.
collapsed inside the room.
I see. Okay. With that, go ahead and roll persuasion for at least the second idea, because that is more reasonable than them leaving their post.
14.
Okay. With a 14, they look up, and one of them takes the halberd, the spear point of the halberd, and kind of pokes the floor, or the ceiling rather, the ceiling above them, the floor beneath other people. That's how ceilings work. They poke it to see if it's going to kind of come down at them. It doesn't really have a lot of give. So with that,
prestidigitate some debris falling.
Okay. With that, then, give me another persuasion roll. This can be with advantage. You have prestidigitated.
It is a natural 24.
Fantastic.
No, it's a natural 20 plus 4.
Plus 4. I assumed you didn't have a 24-sided dice.
Joke's on you.
With that, the one guard is going to reach to his side where you pulled the keys and realize that they are missing. Mm-hmm. And they're going to look about. The other one is going to kind of just like pat their shoulder, grab for his keys, and they're going to open the door. So you have one that's very distracted. He's looking all around his feet, trying to find if he dropped the keys. It is dark in here, so he grabs one of the lanterns that's hanging nearby and is kind of scanning like, holy shit, I dropped my credit card somewhere in here. Please don't tell me it fell through one of the cracks. I don't want to go down there. What if it fell through? Great. What if I never see these again? Like,
were
my
the keys
Buick would
at all shiny?
I mean, they are, I would say, worn. There's a level of shine to them, but these aren't like patent golden keys or silver. I mean, they're worn.
Okay, I'd like to do like a little glint, like off of worn metal, like halfway, like at the edge of
Further
the light,
down.
further away from the door.
Okay. He is going towards that then. Winnie, what you would see then is the other Dragonborn guard opens the door, is able to pull one of the keys. You see that it is probably like the newest looking key. It's still worn, but it is gold. It does, or golden in color at least. It does open the door, and within you can see that there is treasure piled, mostly in chests and boxes, some magic items as well. But sitting kind of in the center of it all, on a pseudo like plinth, is a rather large scaled egg.
Do I know what kind of a scaled egg it might be?
You can roll for history, nature, arcana, survival if you want to cook it. Tell you what kind of omelet you get.
12 history?
Reptilian, probably. Probably a dragon egg.
Cool. I kind of want to do a little 1-2 punch. Could I just real quick, and then I'm out of here. I would like to make a little faint, like, cracking sound coming from the egg. And then I would like to use Mage Hand to try and swipe the keys and scamper out of here.
Okay. You can roll Mage Hand. I'm assuming this is going to be like sleight of hand with the Mage Hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So what I need then, because this isn't going to include your gloves.
No.
So this is a sleight of hand flat roll with disadvantage because your Mage Hand also is not invisible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a 10.
Okay. We are going to go back into initiative here for everybody in a moment. As Winnie, the Dragonborn, looks down and sees your Mage Hand extending from an invisible point, grabbing at his keys. And he shouts for the other and says, "Protect the egg!" and shuts the door. And you can hear it lock. The other one...
I'm not invisible anymore, because so I'm going to scamper.
That we're going into initiative. So the other one has turned back and is pointing his halberd. So if I can get initiative rolls for everybody again, or we actually, you know what? Let's keep initiative. Let's keep the same initiative. To address you all, because we were at Winnie's turn anyway. Fia, you are surrounded by surrendered sailors. That's a good alliteration. I love alliteration. You are flying above them. What would you like to do?
Fia is looking a little disappointed at the fact that somebody has taken out this one that she's been walloping on, but it's fine. I think she's gonna fly back over to where Scarlet is, and sort of check in any. Well, what next? They all seem to drop their arms.
We pirate the ship?
Great. Let me show you around.
As a free action, can I just say I might have done an oopsie in the hold in our mental link?
What do you mean you did an oopsie?
Can you define this a
A
little bit
number
more,
one or a
please?
number two?
No, there's two of them, but there's a couple of fellas
Gross.
down here who seem a little not surrendering.
I'll be right down.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Bye. Love you.
With that, Proximus, it is your turn. Let's see if there's anything else you wanted to do with your turn.
Nope.
Okay.
Just hanging out. Everybody, as far as I know, everybody surrendered.
Yeah, it's, as far as you exactly.
Mhm.
Proximus, you have learned that Winnie made 2 oopsies below decks. Toopsies, you might say.
Jeez. How is the former captain now that we took the ship? How does he look?
Grumpy. I would say he is. So you're at this
Not
point,
like insight, but like medical.
yeah, well, you're still
like,
holding him by
is
the
he
throat. He did not
damaged?
take any damage, I don't think.
Okay.
Because you had basically just grappled him.
Right.
So I mean, he's Golden Dragonborn.
I don't remember if
older.
Acacia, did you bonk him?
I think Acacia just bonked the helmsman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he has these kind of like worn, almost like patinaed gold scales all over his body, and he has these clawed hands which are kind of trying to push off against the glaive. So if you go to release him, he lets out a breath and kind of just looks back at you with these like just staring daggers at you. And then he just he bows slightly. Congratulations, pirate. The ship is yours, I guess.
I don't know how I feel about this. He gives a small bow, and we will be back, and we can talk about everything that's going to happen with the ship. But we want to take things peacefully.
Very well. And he goes to his belt and unstraps it with a sheathed weapon
Easy.
and presents it to you with 2 hands. This is a scimitar that has a decorative hilt to it.
Oh.
All I ask is for the lives of my sailors.
We are not here to take lives today. Thank you.
Interesting. Fine. I will gather my men.
He'll take the scimitar and slide it inside of his belt. So, but that's pretty dangerous, actually, with scimitar. Ooh, all right, and then he's gonna move towards going down into the hold.
I'm gonna say, let's see where you are right here. So that's not what I want to do.
I think am I
this is what I
under
want.
the captain?
You are.
Oh, there.
Oh, and that's also off. So let's do 5, 10, 15, 20. You would be able, I would say, to get to like the stairway of the hold with your 1 turn of movement.
Okay. Can I do dash? I'll dash.
Yeah, absolutely. You could dash
and
to get
double.
below decks, and as you do, you can see that there is a heavily armored, like the kind of armor you don't wear on a ship, kind of heavy armor, dragonborn with a halberd that is about 15 feet from Winnie, and has pointed at it to charge and impale, and that is what you see.
Okay. I still have my bonus action, unless I take it because I took a weapon. So I'll that'll be my bonus action. I'm done. Yep.
Okay. With that, then we are to Acacia. It is back up to your turn.
Okay, I said I would go downstairs, so I'm going to follow Proximus downstairs.
And I would say you have a little bit more movement because you're a little bit closer. It's this graded area right towards the center that everybody's kind of on top of right now, but that is the entry point to the hold. So you would have a little bit more movement, and once you get down, you see the same thing Proximus saw, heavily armored Albert Dragonborn aiming at Winnie.
Am I able to get there within one movement?
Yes. Yeah, you would be able to get, you're not like up against the Dragonborn. What is your movement? I can never remember. Is that
it's
30
40
or 40
feet.
You could get within 10 feet of the Dragonborn. They would, there's like a 5-foot block in between the two of you, if that makes sense.
But so I could attack if I wanted to.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, in that case, since I see that this dude has a weapon aimed at Winnie, I'm just gonna attack. Do I get sneak attack? Is there anyone within range where I can sneak attack?
I don't think so. You're the closest one right now. But
actually,
I would give you surprise on this because, well,
actually, in that case, there's what size category are they? Medium?
They are medium. Yes.
In that case, I would like to raise my staff and cast a spell instead.
Go for it.
Right under them, I would like to cast Entangle, as a bunch of vines and roots and wood come up beneath them from the deck.
Okay. And this is a dexterity saving throw?
This is a hold on. A strength saving throw or be restrained, but it's also a difficult terrain. This will probably also catch Winnie because it's a 20-foot square.
Okay. So rolled a 15 plus 6, so that is a 21 for their strength. So Winnie's strength save as well. It is indeed surprising, and it's still difficult terrain for them, I believe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just here to cause a distraction. I'm done.
Winnie, what's your strength save?
You need DC 15.
It is not rolling. That's cool. To 6.
Okay. Winnie, you are entangled.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's like a plant hug.
Sure. Great. Then Connery's not in on everything, so I don't think he is making any movement. Scarlet, it is your turn.
I would like to, on my way dashing towards the hold, I would like to yell. I would like to yell towards Connery to gather all of the Dragonborn sailors and the captain into one place. Tie them up if you need to.
Yeah, he throws a hand in the air. Round them up, boys! And Sammy, all the sailors are kind of, just getting everybody collected into.
And get the grasp on Honey.
Honey's just looking at her hands. Just what have I done? No, that's not true. She's fine. She's happy. Yeah.
She's thriving.
She's boss babe. Boss babe, eat throats. Hashtag. With that, you were able to get downstairs as well and see the same thing that everybody else has seen. You can see now that Winnie is entangled and this Dragonborn is not. Winnie, you're back to your turn. You are tangled. You have a Dragonborn whose turn is next. What would you like to do?
I think. How far away from me is the Dragonborn that lost his keys the first time?
He is behind a door, and so you're not exactly sure. At least 10 feet.
Oh, I thought. Not the one who investigated
you
the
sent
room,
You sent a Dragonborn to investigate the glint. They walked 15 feet away. They're the ones who are aimed at you. The other Dragonborn closed the door that had the egg behind it and locked it.
That's fine. 15 feet, you say? Okay. That's distressing. I guess I would like to hold my action until... Wait, how long is the... He's got a glaive? What's the reach on that? 10 feet?
Glaives are 10 feet.
Yes, I'm sorry, 10. I was muted. I apologize.
When he gets within glaive range of like poking me in my fleshy bits, I would like to use my boots of the winding path, and I would like to teleport 15 feet. Like, I just want to be behind him. And I think I can do that without... I think I just disappear from the entanglement. I don't think I need to roll for that.
Yeah, you would basically appear in that square between him and Acacia.
And if I can angle it so I'm not like directly, like if I'm up against the wall or something, that'd be super cool. But if not, that's also fine. And that's...
I'm not sure what you mean on that. You're in the square between, so it goes Acacia, him, or you, then him. So what do you mean against the wall?
I just want to be like not in her way, but and I would also just give a mental psychic link heads up of what I'm doing if that triggers.
Okay.
To
Acacia. Yeah. You can be one square adjacent then, so you're not in direct line of fire with Acacia.
That's fine. Okay, that's it
okay.
for me, and I'm just gonna get little Jeffrey out of the way. He's not doing anything else.
Okay. This Dragonborn is going to turn around now that you have Misty stepped directly behind him, and he is going to make 2 attacks with the halberd against you. The first one is a nat 20. The second one is a nat 20. I'm going to pick another dice. That feels
no, that's
mean.
fine.
Don't do it.
It tickles.
So, Winnie, you are going
dice.
to take. Let's see here. This is.
Oh yeah, double.
You're going
That's
to
exciting.
Yes. So. For. Let me get
Man,
some,
and I beefed up my AC too.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
I'm sure. Yeah, everything's going to be great. Everything. I wouldn't worry about
I'm
it.
the healer.
You're also
okay.
not squishy.
No.
So, Winnie, you are going
Kind
to
of,
take.
but not squishy.
30 points of slashing damage from the first attack.
Okay.
You are going to take, what is that, 32 from the second, so that's 62 so far. And then you are also going to take, I need 3 of those. So that's 5, 10, 12, 24 radiant, and 8, 13.
Is he a paladin?
14.
He's dope as hell, that's all I know.
Additional 14 radiant. So the weapon gives off radiant damage. They are not, these aren't paladins, I would say. But
I was like, he defined smited you.
In a way, sort of. They are paladins. Yeah, I would say not in the level that Proximus is, but these are holy soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah, and Winnie's on the wrong side
on them.
of whatever god they're calling to, because she looks like shit. She's up. She's
I mean, in many ways, you do support a god that is in direct contradiction to their beliefs. Kobolds and Dragonborn aren't exactly the same.
She very much like pretty much anyone at the end of any Rocky movie, but she's up. Except the one where someone dies, I guess.
Winnie did sneak, the first Rocky. Or the second Rocky.
Spoilers.
Third?
I don't know.
It's one with Drogo. Anyway, Winnie, anything else for your turn?
No, that's...
Or actually, that wasn't even your turn. I'm sorry, I was saying any reactions. That's what I was asking.
Oh, I do. Oh. I do have reactions, don't I? Except it's not an opportunity attack. No, I'm good.
Okay. Fia, then. Everyone else that, well, Scarlet at least, the one that you know best, has gone running off towards the hold and has instructed Connery to round everybody up. Connery being the Leonin captain of the Redemption. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess she doesn't need my help getting to wherever she's going, but I am going to follow her. Kind of zoom in right behind. So yeah, I'm gonna follow her into wherever she's disappeared to.
Okay. Are you dashing as well?
I have 45 feet if I'm flying.
Oh yeah, then you are able to absolutely get there and
maybe it's 40
and
feet.
see the scene.
45.
So yes, you can see that the Dragonborn has hit the sea elf for some significant damage, and there is some difficult terrain as well, kind of on the other side. So yes, you absolutely may get there with your movement.
How close am I to this Dragonborn?
With 45, you'd be about 10 feet away.
Perfect, great. So we're going to do an Eldritch Blast on him, because that seems like the right thing to do. I'm like, well, let's see. We're fighting the dragon. We're taking over the Dragonborn ship. Don't remember the sea elf, so clearly with Scarlet's crew. So we'll do an Eldritch Blast. Should be. Ooh. Natural 16 plus 8. 24 to hit?
24, absolutely. Yes, yeah.
Great. Perfection. So we'll do that. And for a whopping 1 point of damage.
A single point. You know what? Damage is damage.
But then for my bonus action, I'll hit him with the whip, which still has
for
the
it.
crimson right up on it. Because I can do that. Fun things. Oh god, that's gone forever. How does an 18 sound?
18 just hits.
Yes! Grand. That's gonna be a 1d4, and the crimson right is still up at the moment, so that's another d8. I believe that's all I have right now. Golly, that's just, I'm just rolling like absolute garbage. 3 plus 8, 11 points of damage. So actually it's 9 points of slashing and 2 points of cold damage.
Okay. They do not have any damage immunities, so you can round them all up, but I appreciate that. So 12 points of damage in total for your turn. Pretty respectable. Anything else before we move on?
I think that's it.
Okay. So now with the first injury on this individual, we move to Proximus.
Oh, he does not like Winnie getting hurt. He is going to quicken spell using 2 sorcery points and use lightning lore. That is a strength saving throw of 17 for the Dragonborn.
All right. Strength saving throw. They have a, what is the bonus? A +8 to strength. So let's take a look here. Rolled a 7, so that is only a 15.
Oh, okay. So it's a lightning lash goes from his palm, and he says, "Get over here." And he pulls him close. Of course. A shadow.
Yeah,
ocean
you're the first person to ever
12
say it like that. Like, Scorpion doesn't exist in this world.
I think I did say it in first season once I got.
You might have. Like, yeah, this is in fact a Mortal Kombat. Why you spell it with a K, no one really knows. But
and as he gets into striking range, he will ocean breathing, shadow ocean breathing, 12th form, Persona's Rage, and do 2 swipes with Divine Smite. That is a 19
will do it.
plus 10, 29 to hit, and a 19 to hit.
Yeah, both will hit.
And I will smite them.
And I'm sorry, did the lightning lash do damage?
Oh, it does do damage. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just go ahead and add everything up. Let me know what the total is.
Oh, sheesh. What level are we, guys? 12?
12.
Oh. That actually does considerable damage. Who knew?
It's one of those spells that I'm always wary about because I'm like, oh yeah, a wizard pulling an enemy closer. There's a good idea. But if you multi-class, it makes sense.
It works. So that is 8 damage, lightning damage.
Yeah, does like a double take when she hears Proximus. It's like, who the hell is that?
14. Gosh, you can come back to me. I will add up this damage because it's going to be a lot.
Okay. Just, you let me know when you've got that total. We're back to Acacia.
Okay, so Proximus pulled what's-his-face with the lightning lure. And you said there was a second one?
The second one is behind the door. I don't think Acacia can see the second one, and Winnie hasn't conveyed that yet.
All right.
So yeah, as far as Acacia's aware, there's one person. Well, Winnie did say there were 2. I'll throw that out.
Yeah. But the other one is closer to me.
The injured one that Proximus just harmed is closer to you. The other one's opposite end of the ship.
Do you think that Proximus's damage will kill it, Derek?
Proximus, what was one of your smites?
So it is, hold on, 62 plus 10, 70.
Yeah, because what I do depends on the damage right here.
73 points of damage.
Proximus
total.
Does finish this individual. So yes, Acacia, this individual's taken down. So Proximus, real quick, how do you finish this individual, and then we'll get to Acacia's turn.
So as my glaive turns molten white, it's dripping with lava, and it hits him. You see the white lava just split through X, right through from clavicle to stomach, both sides, 1, 2, and then he holds the body upward. He's still holding it. If it's molten, it's cutting through the metal. You're holding pieces of that body as they very anime-like just kind of slide off. Gruesome, but at least cauterized. You know what? That's saves on the mess. Acacia, it is now your turn. We can technically be out of combat order now, or we can keep with combat order. There's a person behind the door, they're not engaged with you. We'll keep with combat order, just keep things straight. So Acacia, no enemy in front of you. You could maybe reason that there is a door, potentially somebody behind you. We could say Winnie said that, but it is all you. Go for it.
I'll drop concentration on Entangle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry about that and walking through that, because I thought I got both of them, but I guess I didn't realize one was behind a door. I will look around and not see anyone, so I'll just cautiously look around and see, because Winnie did say there were 2, so I'll head up to the door.
Yeah, it is darker down here. You all, I believe, have dark vision. And so there are some lanterns hanging, but it's kind of dim light. Chests kind of line the walls. There's a decent amount of treasure out here. But yeah, that door that you all would kind of recognize, in our ship, this is Constance's. This is the surgeon's office. And it is a solid wooden door. It does have, a lock on it, kind of a decorative handle to it, but it's very worn.
As a free action, can I hold out the keys I have?
Yeah.
Because I think there's enough. With someone dead, I can be clarifying who's behind the door.
When mentally, Winnie, the other one, go in there.
Yep. Well, there's also a lot of treasure and probably a dragon egg. So maybe be a little careful with I don't know what a dragon egg can withstand. or a not dragon egg. But
Is
be
there
a
another?
little careful.
Is there another warrior behind the door?
Yeah, kind of like this one, but still alive.
I'll knock on the door, and I'll be like, "Your crew is surrendered. Come out peacefully, or we'll drag you out."
With that, I would say you hear from the other side of the door, "I will never surrender. I die at my post. Be gone, demon."
Open the door.
There is nothing that comes from the other side after that.
What does this particular dragonborn look like?
Big, beefy, heavily armored, younger, I would say. You can kind of tell dragonborn by like the weathering, especially on metallic dragonborn, the weathering on their scales. This is a young buck that is, got a National Guard job and is just real coasting, real big patriot here.
Y'all mind if I try something? I mean, feel free to do what you want to do, but if I...
Who are you?
Hello. I'm Fia of the Rowan. I'm
Sorry, we really haven't had time for introductions.
Yeah, no. But if you don't mind, I could try something.
As long
look at
as you
Scarlet.
don't, like, stab me, that'd be super great.
She is fine. She is
all
with
right.
us.
Okay.
I think, at least, temporarily.
You know the weirdest people, Scarlet.
You don't even know the half of it.
I'm sure I don't.
Fia, what do you have in mind?
I would love to sort of do... I would love to start calling out to this particular dragonborn, whose name I'm sure I know.
Let's say his name is Horum.
Horum?
Yes.
And the words are essentially, Horum dear, come out, it's your friend Fia. But it's done, there's like this musical quality, almost like a sing-song, maybe childhood play thing sound to it. And I'd love to use my luring song to try and get him to come out.
You may absolutely do so.
Fantastic.
This is just me spitballing based on what little Winnie has known of Fia and the situation. Oh, this song. Oh,
Why I have it?
This song.
Siren 2.0.
dang.
Why I have it?
I guess mild content warning for blood. Is there a way I would like to use Flash of Genius to give, if this is an ability check, Fia +5?
They have to make saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, all of you are going to have to, but whatever.
I was about to say,
anybody within 10 feet of me gets a +5 to their.
Well, what does what type of creatures does it say? Fiat? Does it say creature? Or does it say humanoid?
Humanoid. And
Okay,
giant.
I pass.
Knowing Fiat and her nature, can I tell in the mind link for everyone to plug their ears?
Sure. Yeah, you are a siren enough. You know that this is probably what Fia is going for. You may absolutely plug your ears. If you do, I will say that you pass. Just for safety checklist kind of stuff.
What is the roll?
It's a
Wisdom.
It is a wisdom save, and you're trying to beat. Oh, let's see.
I love Proximus going full Odysseus on this and going, I just want to see
no,
this.
Four plus.
My hands are full.
It's 6
I have-
plus 8,
oh,
14.
I have
it's not
a-
high.
Okay.
Winnie's
Fucking
doing
this
this, but not
girl is
actually
coming-
plugging her ears.
This girl's just coming behind Proximus and just near.
It's you have to roll a wisdom save of 14.
But we.
Oh yeah, that was 16 plus 10.
Yeah, you're-
so 26.
I'm not super worried about y'all's crew.
But you said, Michael, we get a +5.
You get +5 if you're
Okay, good.
within 10 feet of me.
So I have an 18.
She's looking around, just like,
That was
what's
close.
everyone
Trying for the
doing?
Dragonborn.
Fia, you sing your little come hither.
Yep.
and a click is heard from the other side of the door, and very slowly it opens to have you all see this similarly armored dragonborn. They are wearing a tabard with an image on it. If you would like to know what that image is, you may roll a religion check. Sure. They are holding a halberd that is down at their side. Their eyes seem almost glazed, and they look to Fia and say, "Fia, thank you for saving me. I feel better now."
Come on, Horam. Why don't you show me your cabin?
All right. That sounds like a good idea. And
all of this is sung. I'm not doing it, but yes.
Yeah. And yeah, very much like they've just woken up and haven't gotten their feet yet. They're kind of just stumbling. They drop the halberd. The door is left open behind them, and they go walking off towards.
Proximus is going to, as he walks by, put the corpse, basically from the shoulders up, of this corpse that I killed in his arms. He'll remember this later.
I might warn against that, as that might be a sign of aggression, which might break this charm. Putting a dead friend as a sort of threat in someone's hands. I'm just throwing it out there. That might be something that, if someone were to hand me a piece of you, Mikyl, and go, "You'll remember this later."
Well, don't frame it like that, Derek.
Right? Like I would be upset,
Yeah,
charm
right.
or no. No matter how drunk I was, I'd be like, "This isn't cool. You should put this back where you found it."
Also, if he's going up on deck with all the surrendered Dragonborn, they
don't need to know about this dead one until we're long gone.
All I'm saying is,
with all that in Proximus's ear, he'll drop
I would advise
the dead
against
corpse. Yeah.
My entire plan is to take him to his cabin and then lock him in his own cabin.
Yeah, that's...
Yes.
You're handling it. That's all I gotta say.
And I had a 19
You can absolutely
religion.
say he does have special quarters that are in the forecastle, because he is one of, he's basically a holy guard for this egg. I think Fia would know that this egg
I've been on this long enough.
Yeah, the egg has kind of been whispered about. That's why all of the sailors are like, "Oh no, we're carrying something important." They don't know exactly what, but the theory is that it is an egg, as these are all sailors that are all part of the clan Okrion, which is the name of the gold dragon that's kind of like the head of their clan, this ancient gold dragon. So the theory is this is one of Okrion's heirs that that they were transporting. So I'll give that all to Fia. Yes.
I knew we were going to be in trouble with this after we attacked a dragonborn ship, but now we're really in big trouble.
Yeah.
It depends on what you do next. I leave that.
Okay, who wouldn't want a dragon in the party?
Right. The way we took the dragon.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
So Fia, you absolutely are able to usher this gentleman to his quarters and sufficiently take the keys from him. One of the keys was to the quarters, lock him in. He is unarmed. Should you want to go so far as de-armoring him as well, I think you would be able to accomplish that.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, completely defanged, this dragonborn is placed in his quarters. The other dragonborn are placed in a holding pattern up on the top deck. And let's go ahead and change music here, as you all have successfully fully taken this ship. There are no combatants left. I will give you that. So what would you all then like to do?
I cast Healing Word on myself.
Well, Proximus would like to walk over to Winnie and I am so sorry that you got hurt, and put his hand on her shoulder. 30 lay on hands for 30 points of.
Thank you. It was my own fault. But
I won't let that happen again, okay?
How do you still look, Winnie?
I'm on a random
That was
scale,
like one hit.
I
one
look
part of the
like
hit.
a 64 out of 111. So
I'll also give you. I'll do like a drive by and a pat on the head, and you also will get some cure wounding.
and
is-
Winnie feels a little bit better, but
Oh,
the
hey.
pat on the head is like it makes her so happy. Like the not feeling like shit is secondary. It's like a yay, friends.
I got you max healing, so another 11 points.
Oh hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Winnie's looking pretty good. Thank you all.
Well, that was sure something.
But look, there's a thing. I see why they were kind of intent on guarding that room.
Yeah,
That's not the thing I was expecting.
I don't even know if we should touch that, even
I
as pirates.
would advise against touching that.
I'd love some context.
I don't think
I would
it's-
also love some context, but I'm not going to go touching it first. Let me go talk to Connery.
All right.
But before I do that, is Fiat back in the party from her whole thing?
Oh yeah, did you come find us again?
I would have. I don't know if I'm there quite yet after, because it's a whole process, but
Yeah, we can say it's reasonable enough that you
Yeah.
could wait for Fia to get back. So
Yeah.
Fia,
Yeah,
you have rejoined. Absolutely.
Sure.
This is a little odd, but remember when Rollin was offering to send us a little help?
Mm-hmm.
This is who I had in mind. Friends, meet Fia.
Scarlet,
Fiat's
you have
friends.
friends.
I do have friends.
I was
Wild
going
the
to
time
ask the
does.
exact same question.
Well, this is a new and unusual development.
Hi, you're real pretty. I'm Winnie.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
This is Winnie, Acacia, and Proximus.
And little Jeffrey. He doesn't bite
Yes.
much.
And I'm sure you know, but for Fia, it's the little miniature were-shark homunculus who will probably come up and do like a fake wave, like start to wave or shake your hand and then slide it into a dab.
I thought you were gonna say like he hugs your leg.
He has to know you first for that.
Yeah, right.
How often does he go around the ship just hugging our legs?
Probably a lot.
Every morning he has to hug all 4 of Acacia's.
Perfect.
I sleep through it every morning.
To Proximus, I sort of side-eye him, and then I lean over to Scarlet and I'm like, well, you sure have a type there, cousin.
Not the type. He is the first mate of the Redemption. He's a friend, Fia.
What happened to the other one?
Don't
was
want to
quite
talk
handsome.
about it.
Does Proximus hear that?
It's definitely not being like said secretly. So
It's
if you're
not,
listening,
not even remotely.
yeah.
It's echoing in the hold.
Yeah.
All right, then.
This sounds like a conversation to be had over drinks.
Winnie,
like the way you think,
are
Winnie.
absolutely correct.
We should work on getting the treasure out first.
Yes. Pirating first, drinks later.
So I'm assuming since you're here, Fiak, you're coming with
Fiak.
us. Fiak.
That's
Sorry.
Fiak. Sorry, what? Yes. That apparently I am coming with you all.
That's exciting.
You say that now, Winnie, but the last time I had Fiach on one of my ships, it sank.
I will
Well-
have you know I had nothing to do with that.
Good thing we
I
have
was long gone off the ship
more than one ship.
by the time it went down.
There's a reason you got off that ship.
Did you drill a hole in it? That's not very nice. Actually, Winnie would probably... Would Winnie know? She would know the
You
ship
know about
sank.
the ship.
I don't know
I
how
think
much...
the party would know about the unicorn, but not the exact story about what happened on the unicorn. The only one who knows that full story is Marcus.
Yeah. Well, because Winnie was also at the Fen for a while, so I didn't know like how much was like Fen knowledge either.
Scarlet met Winnie after the sinking of the unicorn.
Yeah. Correct.
That was when they first met.
Yeah.
But it's one of those shames of Scarlet's that doesn't really get talked about too much.
Yeah.
It was the first time she'd been let off the leash.
It also wasn't technically her fault.
It was not technically her fault. It was a very short leash.
Okay, well, please just don't, like, drill holes in any of our ships. Thank you, that would be very, appreciated.
Who said I drilled holes? What stories are you telling, Scarlet?
None. This is Winnie's imagination. Welcome to it.
Well, I just don't know. If you don't tell us, then I gotta fill in the blanks.
Winnie, long story short, Eula sank the unicorn.
Yeah, that tracks.
You know.
All right, well, the pony folk over here made a very practical suggestion that I highly recommend we keep going.
Yes.
Grab what you came here for, and then we leave.
Winnie immediately looks to Acacia to see how she takes pony folk.
I should be offended, but she's not wrong.
That's the thing with Fia, is she says things and you initially want to get offended, but you can't. Just like this first time she called me cousin.
Acacia, don't let anybody talk you down. You are a full horse. You are majestic. You are beautiful. Don't let anybody pony you.
Pony.
There is technically
full steed.
There technically is a herd on Soteria that are pony and the human part is halfling size.
I love this lore.
I will start to make my way back up on
They're the
deck,
ones that
though.
tell you.
Yeah. The halfling pony folk are terrifying.
They're the warring tribe. Yeah, that's just
fantastic.
When the pony folk come down from the hills, Gods be with you.
We are only at peace with them because they say so.
They feel the need for blood. Nothing can stand against them. I've seen knoll herds, but you know nothing until the pony folk. All right.
I suggest we look for a ledger of some sort.
You would likely find a ledger in the captain's quarters. You do have free reign. You have keys to the entire ship. So
I love ransacking captain's quarters. It's my favorite thing.
It is your favorite thing. Did it last time too.
So you all would get up to the top deck and see that the forecastle. I think it's forecastle. Actually, I can't remember which is the forecastle and which is the quarterdeck now. I remember quarterdeck, just can't remember which is which. They're all towards the fore of the ship. Your prisoners, including the captain. So you do have a collection of them there, minus the guard, which is in his quarters. It looks like that casualties were 6 on their side and 5 on yours. So bear that in mind. But yes, you all make it to the top deck. Connery is up there. You have all of your sailors as well. So you may instruct them to start divvying out the treasure to the 2 ships, to 1 ship, whatever you would like to do.
I'd like to instruct them to take the sails.
Please. Oh my god,
Okay.
yes.
I would like to instruct my crew to take the sails because the Redemption already has the cool sails.
Wait.
What, Winnie?
I'm just why would we tear this ship down when we could just take the ship? We're building a navy, armada, whatever. I'm sure they're different words, but I don't know what the difference is. I mean, this is like
Fleet.
a fine. I heard the voice of Colonel Mac say fleet in my head for some reason.
Let me out!
Turtle Mac?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is quite a nice ship.
Maybe we should parlay with the captain.
Winnie, it's a nice ship, but who? Are you going to keep the crew? Are you going to keep the captain?
Probably not. I don't think they like us very much.
No, I don't think so either. They would just take their ship back. Who's going to sail this ship, Winnie?
We have quite a few sailors.
I will
between
gesture
the
to
other
the 5 dead and just. Do we?
Yeah.
Do we have enough sailors?
I would also
fine.
like to point something out as well. If we take this ship, we will likely have to take that egg because it is not safe at all on a rowboat if we put those sailors out to sea.
No, probably not.
The egg, I don't know whose it is or what dragon it belongs to, but one, we're already in trouble. But two, do we want to get in trouble for kidnapping a dragon's child?
I don't think it matters. But we could also just drop the egg off somewhere safe.
I wouldn't trust other people to be as responsible.
I say we talk to
Not
the captain
everyone
and
is
see
a
what
good
is. Why
person.
are they out here in the first place? Because if this is them traveling from one place to another,
Does it say anything in the ledger? Or like the ship's log that we also are probably standing in front of?
So the ledger is they've sailed out of Terraconis. They sailed through the Maw, which, if you are familiar with Terraconis' map, which since we are off of, we're out of combat, I'm going to move everybody back to the big old world map.
And I'm reposting the map in the Discord, in the Horizons Call, channel content, conversational.
Fantastic.
yay!
And I apologize, it's called the Bite, because actually I think that's what a bit of water between, that's like in the middle of two pieces of land is actually, it's called a Bite. So hey, fun fact. So they sailed from the most northern point of the Bite with precious cargo is what is listed. You do note that these are members, they do say they're members of Clan Okrion. Actually, I should actually ask this. Does Winnie speak Draconic?
No.
You don't get any of that.
Hey, do
Fia
any
would know
of-
that, at least.
Okay. Does anyone here read whatever this is?
Probably Draconic.
Well, yeah, but Winnie probably doesn't know that.
No, that's a case of saying like it's
Oh, yeah,
probably Draconic.
If you
already
shout
hinted,
that
you
out,
sneak.
Connery is going to walk over to one of the pirates who is hauling an open crate and pick up a helmet out of it. And he is going to plop it on your head. That should help less. And
It's like I see in languages.
it's like that scene in the Percy Jackson movie. Those were terrible, but still go with me on this. It's like that scene where like he can suddenly read Greek because he has whatever it
unlocks
is.
this
Dyslexia,
known
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because he has dyslexia, he can read ancient Greek for some fucking reason.
Sure.
Actually, those
It
those
makes
are good
sense in the
so-
books, okay?
It makes sense in the books. Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
better
say,
than
We're
Harry
getting a
Potter.
new
books.
series.
So yes, it's like the letters kind of reconfigure to where you can read them, and you can not read Draconic. You can pick up most languages actually now, with this helm on. So yes, you would
Quick,
get that from
Scarlet,
this ledger.
say something in Elder.
Wendy, I don't think that's how it works.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Literally anything.
What's.
No, it's gonna be taking the ship as a terrible idea.
You get none of that, and you somehow disagree all at the same time.
Huh. Okay, so there are limits.
There are limits.
Okay,
Yes.
so I will.
You
go
do
over
also
the-
see that the point that they are heading towards is Axia, and they are supposed to be delivering this quote precious cargo in Axia.
Which is where we're heading, right?
No.
No, you were heading
No.
past Axia.
Oh, past Axia.
Axia,
Okay.
yeah, Axia. So if you also look at the map, you all are. Axia's right down here. You are all right about there, probably right about there. That little cross point. So yes. So to the north is Shellbreak Shoals. That is this little Pac-Man island right there. That's where the lizard folk and Tortle typically live. The lizard folk, especially that you met at the gala, would be from Shellbreak Shoals. This island this little bitty island directly to the south is Tomar Tor. That is the major trading hub for the dwarves between, especially Dragonborn, because Dragonborn, like Terraconis, is just it's so wealthy. They didn't have any like negativity happen to them during the deluge, and they have been thriving ever since. Plus, dragons, hoard wealth. And the Draconic Empire is just, they're flush. So they do a lot of trade with the dwarves, who also have precious metals and all that kind of stuff. And Tomar Tor is a big trading hub for them. Also for like the elves to the direct north, Tomar Tor is the big place to go to. Axia, just to the west of the main island of dwarves, there are a number of ports there. So it is interesting that this is a merchant ship that is not going to the merchant hub. They're actually sailing to Brorvink, which is just up this little, it's kind of like right there, just up that little slice of water. And they are delivering this precious cargo there. So you aren't that far from land. I should note that. You are less than 5 days to either Tomar Tor or Axia. A little bit longer to get to Shellbreak Shoals, but you are reasonably within land. You are in a calmer part of the ocean because it kind of has these bits of land to break up any major storms. I just wanted to leave that there. And that's what Winnie would get from the log. I guess you would also get the captain's name.
And she's just reading this all out loud as she's reading it, because...
And the captain's name is Tophus of Clan Okrion. Dragonborn don't typically have last names. They take a clan name.
So what we could do is we could head towards Axia and drop all of these little not quite friends and their egg off there. And take our ship. New ship. Or I would argue, yes, we're gonna be in trouble with Hyrcanus in a matter of degrees. Like, I don't really think they're gonna be too keen on us pirating them to begin with, which I'm pretty sure we discussed before we did it, but we did it anyway, so here we are. And what's a dragon egg between friends?
Winnie, that's kidnapping.
I'm not taking a dragon egg.
Well, I mean, no, I think it's a terrible idea. What are we gonna do? Babysit it for
centuries?
5 to 500 years? Who knows? I don't know how old it is. But we could just plop it off with this crew in Axia, or Derek, can you spell or type it in our Discord?
Tomar Tor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomar Tor.
The second O has an umlaut, like Tour. I think I forgot to address this. Did anybody do a religion check on the 2 guards that were wearing the tabards?
I got a 19.
Oh, yeah, we need to.
Okay.
And I misunderstood.
I apologize, I missed that.
I thought you were telling us about Okrion, the gold dragon. I thought that was the answer to that.
Not a religious figure. That is a living ancient dragon that is the head of a clan.
Living religious figures, though. Always
cult
a
leaders?
terrible time.
Yeah.
Cult. I only have a 16.
Technically.
16, I would say, is still good enough. Above a 15, this is what a lot of Dragonborn actually pray to. It's a recognizable symbol. 5-point pentagon that has like lines coming out of it, each a different dragon's head of a different color. The newer symbol actually features 10, as this is a newer version of Tiamat that incorporates the metallics as well.
That's fine.
It's fine.
No, thank you.
She's
thing
the
is,
Queen Godmother. I mean, what's wrong?
the thing is, Winnie, in order for us to take the ship and give them the egg so they can go to Axia, we would be getting close to danger ourselves.
We would literally be handing ourselves over on a silver platter for being arrested for pirating a ship.
And Scarlet, you're doing the books right now. Do we even have the money to get a
Not
third crew
really.
together?
I'm sorry, did you not see all the gold down below? And I
We
thought
have-
the whole
need that
thing
to pay
was,
the
oh, we're
ship's
gonna
back
pay
pay.
now.
Everyone's in back pay right now.
Right? So we get everyone current. We, I'm sure, would still have money to hire a new crew for this ship, and then we can send it off after we vet everyone to go pirate on our behalf, and then we can actually focus on the stuff we're supposed to be focusing on instead of pirating.
You're
just going to find some random person to captain a ship and expect them to pirate for us?
That's why I said after we vet them. It's like nobody listens to me.
We don't have time for that.
You just see Proximus, he's circling Fiat.
Just like inspecting.
Looking at her wings like, oh, these are very big wings.
Love at first sight.
Oh, new friend lady?
Yes.
Don't mind him. He's really nice. But
I am very new to the surface.
Yeah.
And the only people that I have met with wings have bird-like features, and you do not. Your face is very beautiful. And also humanoid. And wait, I just want to say, I don't want to offend you, but I have never seen a being like you before.
I lean over to Scarlet. How many times has he said that to someone?
Not very often. Hey, Proximus, you can only use the whole new to the surface thing for about another 4 months, and then it's kind of overdue.
Oh, no. This is working on me. Thanks.
Just so...
I'm new here, and
Proximus does have winged boots, just in case. I mean, I'm just... I do want to throw this out for Winnie's point, just to make this. Winnie does have connections within the Dwarven Empire, actually has has a political favor that she could pull. Knows at least a captain of one of their larger ships. And should you want to build your fleet, you can always drop this ship off and dry dock it at any of the usual places.
I forgot that I said that off screen.
With the gold that you are getting from this ship, you are getting 50,000. That could pay for the 2 ships you have right now for years. Because it only costs, you're only spending about 2,500 a month. So
for
with
both
50
ships, it's about 4, I thought.
That was a little more than that.
Okay,
I
but
thought about 1,900 per ship.
I say we
about
keep
1,500
the ship.
per ship, so yeah, about 3,000 a
I
month.
don't want anything bad to happen to this crew.
Oh, no, not at all.
As much as, and also to the dragon egg.
No.
I don't want to hurt it. It is not its fault that it's here.
I'm sorry, Michael. Please go ahead.
No, that is it.
True. Given the size of it, Derek, would it fit in a longboat or whatever these rowboats are?
Yep.
But it's not really safe in a longboat.
With all of these protectors around it, it would be.
But they're not really safe in the longboat.
How big is this egg again, Derek, and how much does it weigh?
Okay, well, because I could make it smaller, get it on the boat, which would be super safe, and then make it a little bit bigger once it's all like padded and everything.
So the egg is probably about 3 feet tall. Weight is interesting. I'm probably gonna put it around 150 pounds. Yeah, well.
Oh.
I'll say it's around 150. This is for anybody who might be an expert in dragon. Hey, Scarlett's been reading dragon books. This is a pretty juvenile dragon egg. And I will actually give this to Scarlett since she has been reading dragon books. You would know that dragon eggs, especially golden dragon eggs, thrive around treasure and thrive around heat. So this was probably they put it in a room surrounded by treasure, but this wouldn't be enough to make it hatch. Dragon eggs can sit around for millennia until they are finally ready to be hatched with, again, heat and ambient wealth. So you're kind of you're close to what they were doing with it. I would say if you were to interrogate the captain, he might be able to give you the last bit of information that you're looking for here. But yes, the egg would be generally as safe as any sailor in what would be a 5 or 4 day journey on the ocean. Maybe less than that, considering there's a lot of ship travel in this area.
How many days from land is a rowboat?
I'm calculating around the same. Let's see.
How fast does a ship sail, though? Because if you're going,
ships are pretty quick. So
and a rowboat cannot sail that quick.
No, I mean they do have sails. These are rowboats that do have like a single sail on them. I should maybe call them longboats, is maybe a better term.
Skiffs.
They're evacuation vessels. I mean, you all have them on the Redemption and
I'm thinking like
as well.
Canoe longboat. That's what I'm imagining.
No, these are like we abandoned ship, get everybody on board, and we've lost 6 people. We have space now.
Okay, that changes things. I was just under the assumption it was like a rickety longboat.
No, these are meant to be like these are already stocked with rations. I think it even says that in like the rules, but they're stocked with rations. They are emergency vessels. They are lifeboats. Yeah, that have sails. They're meant for getting like if they were middle of the ocean. I mean, if we're talking in the Kraken's reach, I wouldn't give them much of a chance. But they're pretty close to. Yeah, they're pretty close to land at this point. Honestly, you guys kind of pirated in a really useful area. It's an area that does get pirated a lot, that has a lot of wealth. They weren't expecting it, and they're close enough that you don't have to send them all to the drink.
Oh, this is so funny.
I mean, may I make a suggestion here? I mean,
please do.
The Horum you killed the other one, but at least Horum is dedicated to making sure this thing is safe. So no matter what you throw it on, Horum at least if you don't want to deal with the egg at all, and you're planning on throwing the rest of the crew off into the middle of the ocean on their longboats, just send them with the Holy Warrior. He will make sure that egg gets where it needs to go without any sort of fuss.
Yeah,
literally his job is to die for that egg.
I really want to stress we're not in the middle of the ocean, because that would be very dangerous. And I will wrap my my little cloak around the egg too, and that'll keep it extra safe. I will give the egg my cloak of protection.
Winnie, if we can dry dock it before we get to the giants.
Of course. Yeah, we can stop at Tarman Tor.
From our tour. It is along the way. You were passing by it anyway.
Proximus.
Can you make sure we will not get arrested?
Tomorrow.
I would rather not have to do a prison break again.
Oh, no.
Again.
Okay, no. That's not a condition, because it was your decision to rob the ship to begin with.
It was not my decision to take the stolen ship into port.
It doesn't matter. We robbed it. We're still going to be criminals. That you don't become more of a criminal because you stole a ship.
Sure, but you're going to become more of a capturable criminal if you go into a port with a stolen ship.
We need to
instead of
steal
fleeing.
Calculatingly, and there's pros and cons to each. Fia makes a very good point with the Holy Warrior.
Yes.
And now that I get a better look at the longboats, they are much sturdier than I thought they were.
Pretty sweet.
And we could probably get a lot of money for this golden dragon head that's at the
why would we
helm
take
of
it
the
off
ship.
If we keep the ship, then it has to stay.
Really? It has to
It's a weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
I am
also
taking the sails regardless, though.
Super magical.
Also, why do I feel like this getting a new ship thing and Winnie really asking for it feels like a child asking for a puppy, promising they'll take care of it.
I mean, one could also view it as me kind of trying to...
You're thinking ahead.
Yes. That's much nicer than what I was going to say.
You all wanted a fleet. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to take ships somewhere.
The only reason you took down the Dragonborn this boat up by yourselves anyway is because you had 2 ships. Why not have a third? Then you could take down even bigger ships.
Who's going to captain the third ship?
Me, I already said.
We have a very large ship and we have a very small ship, and this is just right in between. It is a medium ship.
To be fair, we took the Bloodhound because we needed another ship.
If we needed the Bloodhound, we need this one too.
We don't have keelboats of refugees
Scarlet,
to house.
We don't have refugees anymore. Why is the Bloodhound Cross's Mercy still with us then if we don't have the refugees?
Because it's a warship, Winnie.
Is it?
Is
it doing us much good going to the Giants with extra ships?
Yeah, we have extra people.
Because we have a second ship.
Yeah. If we have a third ship and no extra people, then...
That's why we get extra people. And then
after
we vet them.
our mission. After our mission.
Yes. Yeah. We drop it off. Make sure it's all, like,
That is the
stocked
thing.
up.
You can, like, save this for later. And as far as, like, captaining goes, to refer... I get a lot of my information both from actual history and then Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And then also Black Sails. Those are my sources.
Yes.
So a big thing to do, especially for pirates back in the day, is if you take another ship, which typically if you attack a merchant vessel, they're not heavily armed. You just let them go because they're not going to do anything back. This one does have some armaments to it, so probably best just to maroon or send the sailors that were on board, and then you pick somebody that is on your crew that has represented your crew well, and you give them a nice little hat and you pat them on the shoulder, and then there's a cutscene. Yeah, you promote the person to a captain. That is how you get more pirates, is you take somebody who has shown themselves well. So whether that be a low-level officer or even just a crew member, you could promote Boondoggle Shortbutton, my favorite crew member.
No.
Scarlet.
Bottom of the list.
You could rename the ship the Boondoggle Shortbutton.
It's already called Bodie McDragonface.
No.
Great.
That's
Scarlet,
what it's called in my heart, and I didn't name it that.
But just to throw that out there, especially if you drop it off at a major trading hub, you're not going to have as many questions, especially if you throw gold in their face. That's what bribes are for. I don't want there to be the big worry about this, because you've already done the pirating. Like, the enemies have already been made. What you do next with the ship, it's not the worst idea to take it. So I want to give Winnie the credit on that, especially for a character who said she might want to captain in the future or be a first mate in the
Multiple
future.
times. It's fine.
Having a ship is a great boon on Damaris. We can figure out what we want to do with it later, and if that's sell it, which I feel like that's not going to be the case, we can figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll just drop it off at the tour, and I feel like when you said boon, Winnie looks a little panicked. That's what I'm calling it now.
Great.
Winnie looks a little haunted when you say boon, as though you're going to actually say Boondoggle Shortbutton. Because if you say his name 3 times, he appears. We don't know why or how. He doesn't have any magic.
But you have to say it into a mirror.
He's slowly rising above a barrel.
Yeah. Which is weird. There were no barrels in this room. Okay. Shelving that, going out, and talking with our crew? Is this plural? I mean, we have a bunch of people waiting for us on deck.
Okay.
So above deck, or on the top deck, you can see again your accumulated enemies that are not necessarily bound. They have all dropped their weapons and are sitting crisscross applesauce on the deck. Connery is at the helm. Sammy is standing next to him. They're chatting just a little bit, and then you have a number of your crew who they have boards that they have laid out in between the ships, and are steadily they've created a little a chain of people and a little assembly line to pass the treasure onto the ships. So Connery does have a pile, I should also say, of short swords and a couple other magic items, which I should pull up here. So he looks to you all. It's about time. Did you make a new friend then? And he addresses Fia.
Connery.
Hello.
Fia, Connery, the captain of the Redemption.
It's a pleasure, Connery, to meet you.
Don't worry, Connery. She makes those eyeballs at everyone.
Oh, cousin, you're no fun.
He takes your taloned hand in his big old Leonin paw, and I'm not going to say he kisses it because it feels like a Leonin would lick a hand, and I don't like that.
I hate that.
Right?
That sandpaper tongue.
Yeah,
No.
he gives a little bow and says, "Charmed, but I hope I'm not."
Oh, it's not active. Not right now. When I start singing, then you should be worried.
I'd prefer you not sing to my cruise.
It's real pretty, though.
Oh,
It is.
You're so sweet.
I did take a little bit
Everyone is blushing.
And Acacia is not blushing.
There's at least one Dragonborn also blushing.
I did take a little bit of time to accumulate some of the more interesting items. As far as my estimations go, we have about 50,000 gold pieces that we have accumulated. That includes in gems and usable currency as well. The helm that Winnie is wearing. There are some interesting bracers here, which are giving off a sort of energy to them. An interesting cloak, which I have seen some sailors wear before. This very nice dagger. This very nice, well, I guess he wouldn't have the scimitar, the Proximus would have that. And also this, which is interesting. He picks up a small box and opens it, and there is a massive cut diamond inside of it.
That could be pretty handy. This helm was really useful. Thank you, Connery. Captain. I don't remember what I call you.
All right, then.
If we don't know what these things are, I do have Identify that we can use later on these things.
We can figure out exactly what we're taking during callouts too.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah. And I figure, like, or Identify. It's like Girls' Night, except with Identify. We can do off
and with
screen.
Proximus.
Oh, I didn't hear you say you had it, Proximus. I'm sorry.
No, I meant like it's girls' night.
He's
but also
just-
Proximus.
And also
He's just included.
Oh, yeah.
As we get to the verdict and what you're doing with this ship, we are a little late for break, so I want to make sure that we get to that. So let's go ahead and take a 10 to 15. Stick around, folks. We will be back shortly. Pet your pets, do the things, take care of yourself, and we will be back shortly. Stick around for some cool ads. We have. I need to tell you about them. I need to tell you about our ads. Actually, yeah. Before we go, I need to tell you. You can go to Friday Tees and use code Sword and Key, all caps, all one word, to get 10% off your purchase there. It's awesome. We are also now, Sword and Key is just now an affiliate, a partner. I'm not sure what the term is with
affiliate.
Greenleaf. Is it affiliate? Cool. Thank
It's
you.
affiliate.
A Greenleaf Geek Dice affiliate. So go check out Greenleaf Geek. They make incredible dice, all different types of levels for cost. So if you want to get something that's like a collector's item that like you never roll, but are just pretty because dice are gorgeous, you can find that. You can find the stuff that you're going to roll every day. You can find your new favorite. You can find something that's like perfect for your character. Get your character's dice all set up. They have pins, they have stickers, they have anything that you could possibly look for when it comes to tabletop accessories. And you can use code Sword and Key. So this one's different. It's all caps, but there's underscores between the words. So sword and key, again, all caps for all three words, underscores between sword and key. So check them out. And yeah, and then also, yeah, our Pally, you can always go to our pally.gg and support this cast through tips there. Again, you can impact our game and everything gets evenly distributed. So those are the plugs real quick. Now go and take care of yourselves. We'll be back.
Bye.
Vast and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. My dog has chosen this as an excellent time to come and visit me. So thank you, buddy. So jiggle, 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 everybody. Oh, I should have left your collar on. Welcome back to Horizons Call. We're going to jump right back into it. I do want to reiterate a couple of things that I said right before break for those of you who might be joining us again. Welcome. First of all, you can use our code Sword and Key for Friday teas. They have a phenomenal, massive selection of teas, which you can find online or in store. You can use code Sword and Key, which you can see in chat. All one word, all caps, for 10% off. You can also use code Sword and Key, all caps, but with underscores between the three words, for 10% off at Greenleaf Geek. Greenleaf Geek is a new affiliate with Sword and Key and makes an amazing assortment of tabletop accessories, including a very large and beautiful selection of dice at plenty of price points. You're going to find something that you like. I should have mentioned this before. I'll mention this now. There is a $15 minimum to hit that 10% off, but that is very easy to do, as you will definitely find things that you like. And also, if you want to support this cast and this crew for Horizons Call, you may do so through our pally.gg, and anything you tip there gets evenly distributed, and you can impact our game. All of that said, let's jump back into it. So, you will have taken the ship. Connery has given you all some magical items that have been taken from the hold. What would you all like to do next?
I'd like to make sure that my crew is taking the sails and replacing them with our regular sails from the Cross's Mercy.
Okay. You may absolutely do that. I will say that there are actually, if you want to do
we're
this...
not going to use the ship for a while.
We can always change it back. You're right.
Okay, we will add gold dragon scale sails. It's fun to say. To the Cross's Mercy.
So, cousin.
Yes.
Query. You mentioned briefly that you were requesting my services.
Sort of.
All right, you want to explain what that's about? At some point.
A solid some point. We are sort of on a, for lack of better words, a treasure hunting mission? Assignment?
Right.
This is a conversation that we should have behind closed doors.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deal with the captured crew first and let them go on their way.
Precisely.
All right, well, I will wait while you wrap that up because I couldn't be less interested in what's... Like, I'm very happy for your whole pirating venture, but,
Are we gonna need your help to get the mean guy back to one of the boats?
Just put the egg in the boat and he'll follow it.
Is it that easy?
I would
Probably.
assume so.
I suppose I can help get him on the boat without too much trouble. I suppose that's...
I'm hoping that us just saying they can take the egg and we're not going to do anything with it will be good enough for him. If that it really is his whole shtick.
We could always talk to the captain and see who is loyal to this mission.
Mm-hmm.
A couple more things I will add to your group inventory based on Fiac's decision. You all would have a set of dragon scale mail now, which the individual was wearing. And you would also have a +2 halberd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd have help in hand. I don't want this. Hampers the flying, you know. Anything that's like a heavy thing.
So I will say the captain, former captain of the Zephyr Majestic, does start walking towards your group. His hands are out to his sides, indicating that he is not armed, nor presents any danger to any of you. What is your verdict?
You and your crew will be set sail on your longboats with the dragon egg that we found below decks. And we are taking your ship.
Good news and bad news, then, it seems.
At least
What
you
is
get
the
to keep
good
your
news?
life. You
I'm
can
sorry,
find another
Proximus.
ship.
Winnie just stares at Proximus.
Proximus, what did Proximus say?
What is the good news?
The good news is that we have not lost the most precious cargo to us. The Heir of Ocrion, as you all have, I'm sure, deduced.
It wasn't really a secret code. You might want to, come up with a better one for next time.
We did not anticipate encountering individuals such as herself in these waters.
We're pretty unique.
Now you know for next time.
Indeed we do.
In all honesty, I hope we never see you again.
In the mind link, Winnie's just going to say, maybe let's not take this route on the way home.
Myself, perhaps you will not. But I assure you that the great Ocrion will hear of these deeds. How he judges you, I cannot say. You have been just in your cruelty.
He's
Scarlett's really
good at
battling-
these backhanded compliments.
Scarlett is really battling the urge to just slaughter them all.
Mm.
I will have my sailors prepare the longboats then, if you have no disagreements with this.
No.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Is it easily understood that there is no one that would want to stay aboard to...
We don't want to be.
That's...
Never mind.
We
I
don't,
will-
we
Sir,
don't want a
you
hostile crew.
Yes.
so
Yep.
highly
No.
misjudge the honor of a dragonborn.
It's just a precaution.
Studiously not looking at our one Dragonborn crew member.
Ah!
What color is our Dragonborn crew member?
He is copper. His name is Copper. It's
I
how I
love
remember.
him. I love him.
I'm in exile.
Aren't we all?
I did look it up just to see if you had any Dragonborn. I did put one Dragonborn on Cross's Mercy. You have a couple of lizard folk as well, in case you ever need to interpret draconic language.
I miss Nesh.
Yeah.
Right?
I miss Nash. Yeah.
Okay, she's done with this conversation. She's gonna go to the whatever ship Fia went to.
Is the captain still wearing his cloak of many fashions?
He is.
Would like to take that, please.
Ooh, you about to strip him down in front of everybody?
Cloak.
Does
It's
he
a
have a
cloak,
fancy
not a-
hat?
It's a cloak. It's a
No,
joke.
I'm just saying.
It's a stupid
I'm
little
just
cloak.
saying. I'm just saying.
If
in
you
front of
point
his
to it-
crew, you
He,
are.
I will say this. Let's put it this way. In his last act of defiance, then I am no longer captain, and he releases Birch and flings it to the ground. It is this very decadent, though at least how he was wearing it is this like decadent red and gold, kind of like flows behind you majestically as the wind blows kind of cape.
Trust me, there are much worse things I could have done to you and your crew. Take my mercy as what it is.
I do, and I thank you for that mercy. That will not be left from my story when I tell it. And he does bow. It is a full bow. It's not a sarcastic like "and a fuck you." It is a full like respectful bow, and he turns back to his remaining crew and says, "To the longboats." And they all begin standing, kind of like getting up off their crisscross applesauce way of seating, and moving very orderly to the lower decks where the longboats are held. It takes them some time, about the same amount of time you would take to readjust a few sails. And I will say that their backup sails are placed. They are simple canvas on the Zephyr Majestic. You have switched the Gold Dragon sails to Cross's Mercy, and they take to the longboats.
Winnie will, especially if it's that size, I think it would be fine. She will put her cloak of protection on
the dragon egg, just in case. I need to look at the right character sheet. This is killing me.
So the dragon egg has a +1 AC, which is nice.
And to saving throws. Advantage on saving throws.
Okay. All right. It doesn't make those. It's an egg. But yeah, the now de-armed dragonborn Chlorum does come up from below decks, holding the egg in his paws around it, and with the cloak wrapped around it. He does nod to you, Winnie. Yeah, I think there is a level of respect there. And he boards the boat first. You get everybody else aboard, and they take off. You now have 3 ships. What would you like to do?
We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to my ship, so this is no longer my problem.
Well, but we need a little bit of crew to get us where we're going.
Let's tow it.
I mean,
can I motion for Marcus to like join us onto the other onto the ship?
Yeah, I was gonna
the
say
stolen ship.
Towing would be slower.
When you all have your conversations, I don't include NPCs unless like they would overhear or you include them. So yes, Marcus is just keeping track of what's being brought aboard Cross's Mercy, and as Scarlet gestures for him, he kind of straightens his cloak a little bit. He looks to comes across on the board, looks at the scimitar at Proximus's hip. It's a very nice blade.
Yes. Actually, as he says that, he's going to pull it out and cast Detect Magic.
Detect Magic, so you're looking for... It is magical. You do get that. I'm not sure it's a school of magic, but...
It's just vaguely magical.
I mean, it gives up, like... Again, Detect Magic is like, heat detection for magic.
Right.
Yeah, vibes, or you might pick up on a school. It's not like Identify, which tells you what type, but I would say that yes, you can tell that this is a magical blade, and that the iconography on it is very draconic. Like the pommel of it is shaped into a dragon's head, and like the crossguard are shaped at the ends like dragon claws.
Can we gesture Connery over also, if he wasn't already here?
Sure.
Because
he is there as well. Marcus looks to Fia.
I think we left. Fia and I left.
Oh, I apologize. Okay. Then Marcus doesn't do that. He comes up to Scarlet. Captain.
How many bodies can we spare, crew-wise?
We could sail with a complement of 20 at the minimum. So that is... 15 we could spare.
Okay, when you can have 10.
Hey, thanks. Connery, Proximus. Same question for the redemption.
If we can help out in any way.
Winnie, bare minimum you need is 5. We can spare 5.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Also, I can't remember what Connery was there for and what he wasn't, so she'll just give the quick and dirty, like,
quick and dirty
plan
is how I like it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna need to set up an HR department.
No. No.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not.
Who would be in the most trouble? She's going to fill in Marcus.
I don't work
and
for you guys.
Connery.
Right.
Just in terms of like, hey, if it isn't apparent, we're going to take this ship, dock it at Tomortor, deal with what we are planning on dealing with, and then come back and make future decisions. after we're
Duly
done.
noted.
Yeah.
I will ensure that during our journey we are able to give it a fanciful sort of name and erase all prudent records on board. It will be like it was built yesterday.
Perfect. Thanks.
All right. Anything else then? From any of you?
Have a great day.
No. And he goes back to the redemption. Marcus looks to Scarlet. Are we ready to make sailing, ma'am?
I would say so.
Fantastic. Congratulations on your captainship, Winnie. I suppose I should have left you with that sword after all.
Nah, you use a lot better than I do. Like, at all. Even
You're
for
right.
show. It's too big for me.
Jeffrey has dressed himself like Dustin Hoffman from Hook. But just for me, like none of you can see, it's just for me.
Is Jeffrey Jeffrey the first mate?
Okay, well, Jeffrey is first mate. All right.
I mean, for
You're
now.
not sealing it for long enough that you need an officer's crew. That is something you all can deal with later. Fantastic. Okay, so let's. If everybody is ready to go, we can take to the seas again.
I would like to call the party to Cross's Mercy and not the Redemption.
Okay, before you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
you
ask them
absolutely do so.
to sail on the Cross's Mercy for now.
I see. Okay. So aside from Winnie, then, unless Winnie, you want to trust any of the sailors. Okay. All right.
You don't trust my sailors I'm giving you?
Not as captains. You didn't
Be
give me the
fine.
officers, did you?
I can lend you Krej.
Krej Kurzagar, one of my
For
actually
a captain
reference to a
to-
podcast.
Abandon her ship at the first sign of anything is probably not good. So, I'm just explore my new ship for however long I have it. Unless
I'm
you
gonna throw
like
this out there.
need me on a ship that I don't have a bedroom or workshop in.
Well, I was just gonna get everyone together to talk to Fiach.
Well, yeah, I can come talk, but I'm not gonna like hang out.
Yeah, I'm not asking y'all to stay. It's just temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I are just chilling, like waiting for all of y'all to come back.
Yeah.
We can do this. I was going to fast forward just to Tomar Tor. I didn't think it was necessary to roleplay you out, you all getting a dry dock. So we can fast forward to after we have dropped off whatever fake name, Bodhi McDragon Face is, and fast forward to that point, because it is not going to be many days for you all to get
when
to
he acquires
to Tomar Tor.
like a coat check slip. I don't know what they call them.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
So I do also want to throw out that Krej Kurzagar is one of my favorite of the officers on Cross's Mercy. It is a reference to the podcast, The Strange Case of the Starship Iris, which is one of the best, like, little-known podcasts out there. I highly recommend you listen to it. Anyway, you all get to Tomar Tor. I will also say that probably by the end of this episode, we will be getting to Candletide. So this is a perfect opportunity should you want to pick up a gift of some sort, as we all have done a sort of gift exchange sort of deal.
A C-spot.
Indeed. So when you are able to give them, I would say it would be, it's just going to be probably like a gold per week to dry dock it there, and you can pay it when you pick it up. So how many weeks are out? We'll calculate that later. Okay, so after dropping off your dragon ship, you place it into one of the dwarven dry docks. When you don't run into anybody that you know, but Tomar Tor is heavily populated. You see that there are a number of individuals all going about their business, and nobody really gives you a second look, as you have.
But I'm so cute.
Any of you a second look. As I should also note, this is inside. It's not like hanging out in the open. You have dry docked this for potential repairs, and it's a fully enclosed building that is made of stone. It is very cool looking in my head. It's a dwarven dry dock. It's neat. Okay, you all would take to the seas again. Yes.
Real quick, while we're there, because we were just talking about Nesh, Winnie would like to leave a couple messages for her dwarven friends.
Okay.
And then
how would you like to leave those messages?
Honestly,
are
probably
these written? Are these sending?
Oh no, written. Just sort of like in those like drops for like whenever someone like comes by.
Okay.
I'm sure something like that exists. Probably not called drops, but the dwarven post office. And then because they were just talking about Nesh and stuff, she's just gonna sort of ask about anyone who, might have been somewhere that no longer exists.
You want to ask about people who have been somewhere that no longer exists?
From the fen.
The residents of the Black Fen.
I'm
happened
trying to
to
determine
them?
how blatant you're getting about that in a port. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking, what is Winnie actually asking? Who is she asking?
Oh, she would ask, again, probably at taverns. And I mean, she's not really asking about anyone, any vicious criminals that she's aware of. So she'll ask about, like,
taverns are a place where you can ask that and be just fine. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, you leave a note for Captain. Right. First of all, you leave a note for Captain Ajax Mercer, captain of the Wakehammer. We can say you leave that at the port. What is in your note? Just like, hi, it's Winnie? Or is it like, come visit us?
I mean, I think it will be a, somewhat like, hey, could we meet up at, Phoenix Landing in a
formerly
couple months
Undertoe
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is doable. And then asking around, I would say Tomor Tor has gotten some rumors of people like just popping back up, people that were thought dead for a long time. Names aren't really thrown out too much. Let's see if I have anybody. No one would really hear about Nesh too much. I'm going to say, Scarlet, you were probably the closest with Nesh. You would know that Nesh lived in the Southern Hemisphere. That's where his family was. He was around the Broken Bridge. And his family typically lived around there. So if he went back there, if he went home, that's where he would be. As far as anybody else, let's see.
And I have one final thing that I want to ask about.
Yeah, go ahead and do your final thing.
I would like to hear any rumors or news out of Soteria. See how things are going over there. Because I don't think we've heard anything since we left, right?
Well, yeah, for good reason.
Well, yeah, but also and I guess maybe also
Shackle break.
Thank you.
Okay. I can at least do that while I'm trying to see if there's any names you might know, because there is, I believe I had a dwarf who was a captain that you didn't necessarily we didn't meet in game, but you might recognize the name, and I'm seeing it. I don't have it here. I will say that there is a dwarven captain who has taken back to the seas and returned to his family after several decades of being gone. As far as rumors from Soteria, you have gotten mentions from the other towns that the other towns have all just solidified their role with the Empire. There was the town directly to the south of Korra was already imperially friendly. There's 3 main cities on Soteria, and they have all kind of, like I said, just solidified. There's imperial troops that march the streets as a police force. As far as Shacklebreak, no. Shacklebreak is a dead zone. This place doesn't cater to a ton of pirates, especially pirates that get this far out. So yeah, you didn't get a lot of word about Shacklebreak anyway, and the most you get is stuff you already know, like rumors of people sailing by and just seeing like smoke pouring from it like a volcano for weeks, as they presumed that the town was just burning. There's rumors that Ogden is dead, while other people say that he's being held by the Empire. Yeah, that's pretty much what you're getting. As far, again, as... let's see... Soteria. The other towns or the other cities on Soteria were Huron and South Bell. South Bell is the one that's like, yay, Empire! And Huron is a port town that was on the northwestern tip. They're a little grumpy about Imperial, like Korra was a message. And at that point, Huron was not like the kind of criminal paradise that Korra was. So they did not put up any kind of fight when the Empire showed up. But yeah, they're not super pleased about them being there. And then there's talk that there's towards the center. The Empire doesn't go towards the center of Korra. That they only travel around the outside, because there's anytime they try to travel around like through the middle to any of these places, their battalions, they're never seen again. Or they find like one of the banners of one of the battalions just on the edge of one of the towns with like arrows through it. And Centaurs seem to be doing fine.
Good to know.
Yeah. Anything from anybody else while we are in town, more or less?
I would love to have a conversation with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just in general, if we've been on the ship for a couple of days, because I feel like that's the sort of priority that Fia has right now, is like, why the hell? Like, I'm excited to see Scarlet, but I don't also want to, like, especially since we've only got like half an hour left, I'd like to make sure that I have these conversations.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can say that at this point you all are leaving Tomar Tor. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I'm here. You apparently requested me, which I don't know if I actually knew that other than Scarlet telling me, or if I got like a ping from headquarters.
I think so. I think what we discussed for Fia is what did I call them? I have so many notes in so many different places. You had your hero specs, which is like your your head of your individual circle. Basically, they just send you out. They get a telling from the bones that you are meant to be in a certain area, and they say, you'll know it when you see it. Rollin did put out a request, and they kind of just trusted that you'd be there, so you got there. They work in mysterious ways.
It's true. It's not uncommon for me to get It's not uncommon for the Harbingers to get requested, although it is unusual. No, it's not unusual. It's just uncommon. But Fia almost never gets requested because reasons.
Yeah, I would say that
particularly bad omens.
Even though Rollin put out a request, even though I would say like Scarlet made Rollin aware that like you were the person to request, that never got back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. It's just you were a person with a certain level of skills and that seemed to fit the job, so the bones sent you.
All right. So, first of all, Scarlet, you're looking very well. This is not how I expected this to go, but why you need me?
It is a very long story. But we are looking for a piece of a contraption that would essentially allow us to harness the power of the elders they used to walk this world. Yeah, wild. It's strange. A lot of things have happened since the last time we saw each other.
Not just a hair color change.
It's looking fantastic, by the way.
Sure, it comes with consequences, but what doesn't?
That's true enough. Communicate elders, you said.
Elders. That has been an eye-opening experience. In more ways than one. I wish I had never heard of them and or encountered an Elder Shard, but here we are.
Did you say Elder Shard?
Elder Shard and Elder Shards. As in more than one. A sky full of them, actually.
Well, now I know why I'm here.
We kind of need a little bit of help. The right direction.
Couldn't have asked for better than me.
I know who to ask for when I need help.
Well, all right then. Where are we headed?
Right now, we are heading to an island that houses giants. They have the peace.
Mm-hmm.
We have to convince them to either give it to us or we have to find a way to steal it.
Well, it's fortunate that I speak giant then, isn't it?
You know, I didn't know that, but that's very fortunate. What don't you do? Honestly.
Oh, frankly, well... swim particularly well. Not a thing that I'm capable of.
You know, that's fair. The other side of the cousins got that one.
So, alright, Elder Shards. Well, you're fortunate in that happens to be an interest of mine. Not necessarily in quite the same way, I don't think, but definitely find that intriguing.
Maybe we can swap information. I know Wendy and Acacia know quite a bit. They've been doing a lot of research, more so than I have. Quite honestly, I wanted to forget the whole thing, but life won't let me do that, apparently.
If that's amenable to either of you, I assume we're all here for this conversation. I would love everybody to be here.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's amenable, I would love to swap what information I have with what information you have. It could be of great benefit to my people.
It sounds all around beneficial, so...
Do you mind if I ask who your people are?
Oh, the Harbingers. You're familiar with the Harbingers and what we do?
Are we, Derek?
Mayor, Harbingers are a boogeyman story your dad's told you as a foal. Like, be good or the Harbingers will take you. Their black claws come in the shadows. You'll never see them coming. They follow bad deeds, and bad deeds follow them. Harbingers are, like, as you got older, you realize, like, oh, it's based on a true story. Thanks, Dad. Harbingers are people who are part of, like, it's not a cult. It's a sect of sorts that all pray towards a trio or singular goddess, depending on how you look at her. And they do seek out places and events in this world that are calamitous. If I were to call a Harbinger a cryptid, they would be Mothman. They are there when the bridge collapses.
They all have nice asses.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do.
They are required.
Not to place that on LD's character, but I think we all know.
We all know.
We all stare respectively.
We are to put it in simple terms. We are an order dedicated to the Morrigan. We serve as her warriors and her warnings. We appear when we're needed. You most often will find us in conflicts or disastrous events. We're often the last face that people see before the Morrigan takes them.
Glad to hear you're not going to sweep me off into the middle of the night like my dad's told me, if I misbehaved.
You're a little heavy for these wings, I'll be honest. I'm not particularly strong. But no, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Well, you might have plenty to worry about, but not necessarily from me personally, unless you happen to be working for the Starfall Communion. But That's another thing.
But, I mean, we'd know if we were working for them, right?
As far as I've been able to discern, you would know. Most do.
What do they do?
They're a cult who happen to be working in opposition to things that we are working towards, which is why we're not fans.
Are you in a cult, Winnie?
No, I was just trying to learn more
Derek
about him
nodding.
surreptitiously. But like,
Called the Turtle Man.
Derek nods very loudly.
Woody's cult adjacent, at least. Yeah.
yeah.
Woody's not in Scientology, but Woody's like had their
Weirdly
whatever.
pays the dues, like.
Yeah, Woody's
The
had
donation!
because Woody's too nice to not say no. So they're like, "Oh, do you want your Glorbons read or whatever?" And Woody's like, "That sounds wonderful. I have never had my Glorbons read."
That's really nice of you to ask.
They're low? Oh no, what should I do about that?
God.
No, I mean, you're friends with Scarlet and you seem really nice and like
Friends might be a little far, I will admit. We
Okay.
were co-workers a long time ago.
oh, well, I mean,
Acquaintances.
that's how we started and now we're like best friends.
Apparently cousins?
Oh, that's
in
a
the,
whole other
in the
story.
loosest sense.
Did you not tell them that story, Scarlet?
The only person I have told this whole story to is my first mate.
Oh, the very attractive one over there.
Sure.
You have nothing to worry about. I see the look on your face. My mother always told me not to play with fire. And I always listen to my mother.
Also, apparently feathers are very burnable.
Nobody likes the smell of singed feathers. It's not pleasant.
I don't want to find out. So, I guess what I'm asking is, so you're a harbinger,
Yes.
which is a pretty great name.
Thank you.
So I guess just like a little more information would be helpful on this whole like dust up between the two of you, because like if you're helping us or we're helping you or whatever, we should just know like who's on the other side, so we know who we're making mad.
Oh, well,
No one, in theory.
I'm technically helping you at this moment. I feel like what you are working for will help me in my own goals, but they're not necessarily directly related, if that makes any sense.
In the
we're
same
not-
sense that we
Oh.
are cousins.
Okay.
Not really related, just similar.
So we're not
Yeah.
making anyone mad.
In
I
theory,
mean-
no.
no more mad than you appear to be already making people.
Okay, that's not really a good indicator of our. Yeah, no, we do kind of make people mad a lot.
I don't believe we are stepping on any more toes than we were already stepping on, Winnie.
Okay.
Can
In which
I
case,
ask a question? And you see Proximus with his hand up. Because
You can have that one, Fiat.
He's been
fine.
in school. Right.
Because he's a fish.
because he's a
We get it,
fish.
Wow.
There we go. We got it.
Get it here.
Oh,
what's
this I need to hear. Yes.
Can I ask what is a kazan? For the person who doesn't know families, what does that even mean? See, I've seen Scarlet. You have scales and a tail, and then she has wings. So I don't understand the family connection.
Proximus, how many fairy tales have you been told?
Proximus, I would be happy to tell you the story if you'd like.
Oh, and he sits down crisscross applesauce with both hands in his chin in both hands. Yes, I am here for story time, but I don't want to take away from the conversation because it seems very interesting.
Well, no, you're not the only
I'll
one
tell
asking
you.
about the whole cousin thing, though.
Oh.
But also, this is something we can't talk about in the other several weeks until we get to the Giants.
Right. I don't want to take away from the conversation. I just confused as the cousin thing. That is all. Anyway,
we have other stories that we need to get through that also involve alcohol, so maybe it could be like a warm-up before the alcohol stories.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Don't worry, Proximus. I'll make sure you hear the story.
Okay. Okay.
Proximus, please forgive her. The last Triton she met that was off limits.
Didn't keep me from flirting with him.
Okay. I will. Please go on.
Is he always like this? I like this one a lot.
Not always, but getting worked up is very funny. It's very new.
I will keep my questions to the end again. Please go on.
We were talking about information.
Right.
What
well,
do
I
you
gave
know?
you a little piece of information.
And what do you want us to tell you?
I don't know what I don't know. But what do you know about these elder shards that you're trying to do something with speak with? Was that what I heard?
Something like that.
Quick sidebar.
A harness?
In the couple days we've had since running across our new harpy friend, and when we're having this conversation, I would like to think that the four of us would have had like a little sidebar about like how
chit chat.
Yeah, how much like are we going to be completely like Scarlett, you said we can trust her, right? So okay, so Winnie's just gonna say like we're looking for these rings and like we're just gonna go full in, like, you know, there's the only thing Winnie wouldn't touch on would be Acacia's dreams /
the tentacle skydiving
extracurricular conversations. Yeah,
my extracurricular conversations. Yeah,
because that's related, but not pertinent. Something that Winnie really has a grasp on, and B, it's not really her story to tell. So
it's okay. It'll come up later.
Yeah. So, like the shards are just these little pieces of elder, and can do a little bit of really big magic stuffs, and we're going to find the pieces of like a machine, I guess.
Kind of like a celestial globe or something like that.
Yeah. That is so much bigger than that. It is really a terrible idea, isn't it? Yeah. Well, moral quandaries aside, the giants have a piece and we're gonna go find it. They're wearing it as a ring on their finger.
And better in your hands than in theirs.
Correct.
Arguably. I think we decided, if we're all being honest here, that we would rather it be in nobody's hands than possibly fall into the wrong hands. But
That's fair.
The long-term plan is still in flux.
Yeah.
Collect all the pieces, but don't use them.
Yeah. Because if we don't collect them, someone else could, and we don't know who that could be, and better us than them. But, I mean, we can't promise you that we're gonna be super successful, but we'll be more successful with your help.
That's excellent. Yeah, better, and I can tell you who else might be looking for them, and trust me, if they got their hands on things like this, it could spell disaster, and I am very much opposed to that.
Deluge 2.0?
So, the Morrigan is a goddess of war and blood and death, but also of prophecy. Most who follow her are familiar with the prophecy of peace that she made a long time ago. Speaking to this unending paradise of a world. However, once that was spoken, something very much changed. And she made a second prophecy, one that spoke of a world that was a destroyed world, a world that was... She spoke of fishless seas. And the Harbingers have spent their time trying to keep the second prophecy from happening. There's a couple of schools of thoughts of how we know we'll be successful. My personal belief is that we'll know we've succeeded when the Morrigan comes back to make yet another prophecy, a third one. Perhaps that's somewhere in between the two, or even reverting back to the first one. But there's a group that has other ideas.
They want the fishless seas?
Yeah.
Have they met fish? They're pretty neat.
I think so. They're pretty terrible.
A lot of them aren't really good at talking and holding a conversation, though.
Proximus.
I am perfectly fine holding a conversation.
To the first point, but maybe the second one too.
Proximus is losing his shit.
I think fish are pretty great. Looks at Proximus. Yeah, they're terrible at conversation. Looks at Proximus.
Little Jeffrey just puts his little hand on your knee, Proximus.
Same.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, I don't like speaking for other people, but I am very firmly of the opinion that, yeah, you're probably on the right side here.
That means a lot coming from you, sweetling.
Everyone makes fun of me, so I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'm going to take it at face value because you're new. Cool.
Why would anybody make fun of you? You're a darling.
I don't know. Someone else asked questions. I'm a little flustered.
So what do you know about the elders?
I'll admit, I don't know that I know a lot personally. Some of the other Harbingers, that's their special area of interest. Mine is tracking and finding this group. I'd love to know more. It would be very helpful for the Harbingers.
Does this group that are trying to bring in this other prophecy have a name?
That's the Starfall Communion. I mean, they have their own sort of prophecy that they're following, but essentially it's the same thing as the second prophecy. They have their own sort of... The verbiage is different, the essence is the same.
Own embellishments and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Cool. Same thing, different font.
Yeah.
I inherently can read Elder, but I'm not the one that's been doing all the research on them.
That's been me and Winnie, and Winnie's brother, Rollin.
He's back on the island.
We're doing you a favor by not letting you meet him.
Honestly, I do want to see Fia talk to Rollin, though. I think that would be
Do
incredibly
you think it would have
amusing.
the same effect as Winnie?
I don't know.
Huh.
Well, now I'm very curious, but I imagine that we don't really have time for that right now.
We do not.
No, but if you're ever near Ascension Isle and Phoenix Landing, stop by.
I'll keep an eye out. Is he as good looking as Winnie is?
Deep blushing.
He's not the worst thing in the world, but the personality kind of ruins literally everything else.
He's a fucking nerd. Just imagine a nerd.
Very arrogant.
Not my
7
type.
before he opens his mouth. Solid 4 after that.
Yeah, I'll admit I don't like them particularly bright, so that's immediately.
Oh yeah, yes. Skip him.
Looks at Jeffrey.
Even more reason for you to stay away from my first mate. God, that's...
Marcus just smiles into himbo 20 feet away.
We love a good himbo, y'all.
Our first mates, it's a requirement.
Oh, Winnie, you need to find a himbo first mate.
On
It's
it.
not.
We've got the water himbo. We've got the fire himbo. Now we need earth and air.
Oh my gosh. Can't break the cycle.
Please.
Scary. And you're gonna need another
Is-
boat.
Is Sammy a himbo?
No.
Yeah, Sammy's.
Oh.
Are you kidding? Sammy the Aarakocra? Hello, everyone. Oh, yes. No, totally
I
not a
gotta
himbo. No. You could make Veronica, or no, Valerie. I'm sorry, Valerie, your first mate. You got Earth right there.
I could.
Is Valerie a himbo though?
No.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Edgar.
She's really smart, if I'm remembering correctly.
She's smart, but she doesn't always like lean into it. We'll see. We'll see. Man, we just can't get rid of Edgar, can we?
No. He stays forever.
Edgar is perfect. And reminder, everybody, I had to ask this the other day when I saw the actual difference between a sea otter and a river otter, and it has been decided that Edgar is a river otter, which is 10 times more terrifying than a sea otter.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
cuter but deadlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I'll put his art in, unless Michael wants to, in the Discord. Because I think we have it. No? Oh, is it just the silhouette?
Just a silhouette.
Okay.
But
I
you can
just
still post it. And
filled it in with my
It's
mind.
still a cute silhouette.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So,
researching elders.
So quickly we get off task.
We're talking about Rollin and talking about himbos. It's fine.
I mean, I'll post.
So how long is this journey that we have?
How long have we been sailing so far?
I've been kind of steadily moving you, considering I've been considering this conversation has taken weeks.
yes, thank you.
Or yeah.
Yeah. So you all have one.
Say originally the trip was what, 60 days?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give or take.
You've got like 2 to 3 weeks left, and a week is 10 days. So about 30, let's say 25 days. 25 days.
Okay. So a little over half.
Yeah, because you were nearly halfway there when you were passing by Axia.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Someone
I missed
needed
my
to
Into
do
the
it.
Woods reference the last time, so we gotta get in there somewhere.
That was great. I'm so glad I was muted because I laughed so hard.
I
loud.
want to make
Too
sure
loud.
that we have continued this conversation.
Yep.
Suffice enough for everybody
Mm-hmm.
before we move on to Candletide.
I do want to have a quick conversation with Proximus.
Please.
Before we go to Candletide. At some point right before Candletide, but in these next coming days, I don't know how long till Candletide, Acacia would find Proximus. Are you living in the closet still?
You would probably find him like working around, because I feel like I'm pulling double duty here, because we dropped some sailors, so
That's true,
I'm
yeah.
trying to fill in the blanks.
We should have them back if the ship is in dry dock.
Yeah.
Oh,
should
did
be
we already
both-
drop it off?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Yeah, we
missed
should
that
be
part.
both at full cruise again. Well, almost full cruise minus the 5 we lost.
Yep. So but he'll be working for sure. On the bow, tying down. I actually took the picture that you put in the ship information, Derek, and put it in my notes.
Learning
So, yeah.
learning your actual everything. Acacia approaches doing the little coin thing between her fingers. Proximus, you got a sec?
Yes, Acacia. What can I help you with?
I just had a super quick question. That sword you found from one of the folks guarding the egg? The one you completely messed up?
The captain. No, that was from the captain.
Oh, the captain?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was from the guy down below deck.
It is magical of a sort. I did check that.
I was going to ask, do you plan on using it?
Oh, no, I have my own weapon. The glaive, but I have no use of a sword.
I love my dagger, but it does not pack as much of an oomph as I would like, and I was going to ask if that's something you'd be willing to let me use.
Yes, of course. And if you ever want help with your form with the sword, I am always here.
I actually would appreciate that. My swordplay I know how to do it, but I'm very rusty.
It seems like you've had everything but a sword.
Bow, daggers,
Yeah.
staff. Yeah, except for anything that's two-handed. That's melee.
Also, can you use a shield?
I can. Why?
I have something for you. It is something that Winnie gave me quite a long time ago, but I have not used it in such a long time. I think if you're going to use the sword, they always say, if you have a sword, you should have a board. And do they say that?
Yes,
anyway,
actually.
But I have a shield. I will give that to you also. And I would go back to grab the Sentinel shield and give that to you also.
What is a Sentinel shield?
It is super cool and gives you advantage on initiative.
Oh. Thank you, Proximus. This is more than I could have ever asked for.
Acacia, you are family to me. Are we cousins now? Is that what it means?
I don't think that's what it means.
Oh.
Do you want the actual definition of what an actual cousin is?
Kinda. Just because I feel like I was in that conversation for a really long time and I had zero understanding of what was going on. I was just nodding my head and eating some little cheese curds.
Cheese curds. What I'll accompany you to whatever you do next and explaining what an actual cousin is, but also emphasize that it's probably not what Fia is calling Scarlet. That's something else that I have no idea
so
about.
You're gonna...
But I give you the actual definition of a cousin.
She explains the sarcasm. Got it.
Yeah, I don't know why Fia is calling Scarlet cousin. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Sarcasm, it's an in-joke. There's a difference.
I'm sure we'll figure it out in the conversations ahead with stories and such.
Acacia, you are way too kind. I appreciate you explaining this to me.
I'll accept the compliment. I don't think I'm that kind, but I'll accept the compliment.
You are kind to me, and I appreciate that. So, whatever that means to you, we are still family. So if you need anything, all you need is ask.
Give you. Will Scarlet let me do like a little, not Scarlet, will Proximus let me do like a little side hug over the shoulders?
Yes, of course.
Good, I do that. Yes, I love.
Fantastic.
And then he flies off to the one of the masts. Acacia, I will see you later.
Bye. I dropped my coin. I'm sorry. Keep talking. I will be here.
Did you say you flew off?
Yes.
Yes, I have boots of flying.
He fancy.
Fiat,
Winged boots, yeah.
so Fiat most definitely like spends most of her time on the ship in the crow's nest. Just shockingly enough, I know this is such a surprise that that's where she would be. But definitely, like, if she sees at all Proximus flying, there will be a look. But an interested look, like, oh, he flies. Fascinating.
He flies, he swims, he runs very fast.
Very exciting.
That's a word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else anybody wanted to do? We are going to go a little bit long, not too long for this one, but I do want to make sure that we wrap up 2 bits of plot here in this session. So, anything else anybody wanted to do?
I'm sure at some point Fia and Scarlet will have a conversation possibly about what happened to
Corvus?
To Corvus, but we can also do that not on stream if you would if you know, because I know we could do that in a different way.
We can do that, or we can even do a recorded session of that, which Kaila and I have been talking about. So we also have IMRPs as well, which we are not publishing to the public right now, but should there be enough support for it, once we actually get them finished, published, that might be something that we put behind paywall for Patreon, just to further support these folks. So bear that in mind. Okay, but yes, we can say at least Fia is aware of Corvus's fate and the truth behind Corvus's fate. Okay, which I don't know if that would deter Fia at all about Proximus. If Scarlet gives you the full story. Nope. All right. I respect Fia. Respect the game. Got that harpy riz. All right. Well then, everybody, I am very pleased to say, I'm very pleased to say that though it might be August in our world, it is Candletide in Damaris. It is a time of the year spent with loved ones, for loved ones. Candletide is like the middle of winter at this point. And like in any world, the middle of winter sucks ass. Even where you all are in, near the equator, it's a little stormy. You're heading towards storm giants anyway, so at least you're prepared for that. But people tend to get together and bear out the winter storm and bring light and music and comfort in a time of the year that is the most uncomfortable, that is sometimes the harshest, and they bring a little bit of beauty to that. And that's what Candletide is. It is a time of the year when people will light candles on little floating boats of paper and send them off into the tide with wishes and hope for the future. And the time when children will receive gifts. And I believe I made up a character for this wonderful holiday, and now I'm worried how cursed that actually was. So let me see if I can find that. But yes, we have decided, the players decided to have
Briny
a little
King.
The Briny King.
Oh, right.
See, it's not as terrifying as I thought.
Well,
So a little bit.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. The Briny King comes from far off in the ocean, where he makes toys for children and brings good weather to sailors and brings sailors home to their families. He rides on the back of 2 great sea turtles named Ebb and Flow. There is an evil version of him. I need you to know that. He rides on sharks. Their names are Flotsam and Jetsam. We don't talk about him. It only summons him.
Stop! I love this.
The season's greeting is good tides to you and a good tiding to you. And it is Candletide. So, you all have divvied up some gifts. So let's go ahead. I'm going to give you gifts. Let me go down the line here. So first of all, we have Sammy, the Aarakocra, the quartermaster of the Redemption. It was gift giving to Esben, who is the bosun, I believe, or Sammy's the bosun, Esben's the quartermaster. Yes. And Sammy gave Esben some new work gloves, which was very nice of Sammy. Sammy made them himself out of some old bits of leather. Next up, Acacia, you are receiving from Krej, the bugbear. And Krej, this bugbear, nearly as tall as you, all furry. She has knuckle tattoos. She's fucking awesome. She presents you with what I'm going to call kind of like a very large necklace, sort of. It's almost like a shawl of sorts, and it's made from different types of shells and things that she has gathered. And she says, I noted that you were becoming a bit of a druid, so I thought you might like some natural things just to, add on to your bits and bobs. So I collected all of these over a long period of time, and bits of shinies, and there's bits of pearls in there, and I thought you might look nice in it.
Thank you, Krish.
Actually, we could probably do this like an actual gift exchange. So, Acacia, you have received. I will let you give now. So, who was your recipient?
My the person I got was Sammy.
Okay, that works out. We've made a little circle. Oh no!
Did you guys do an actual drawing?
Yes,
we did.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay.
So at some point, either in one of the ports or back when we were on Phoenix Landing, I got a leather crossbody, kind of like a fanny pack, but not really.
For sure, yeah.
It's more rectangular, and if you open it, it's compartmentalized, and there's a bunch of different snacks in there. So dried sardines, stuff that holds really well. It's so he can snack while flying.
Perfect. Well, Keisha, thank you. I really appreciate this. I love having bird snacks, and it's always really hard to carry them around because they always fall out, and then the other seagulls attack me, and it's just... This means a lot. Thank you.
I probably would have also asked Honey what some of Sammy's favorite snacks are.
For sure.
And put those in there.
Okay. Well, let's have Esben give, because that would be the next logical step. So Esben gave to nobody because somehow I messed up.
Oh no.
I must have doubled up on somebody. Anyway, we'll go next. Krej received a gift from Trosho. Trosho gave Krej a new set of fishing hooks, as Krej is a really big fisher in her free time. Let's see. Marcus will... I'm just going to go down the line. Screw going in some sort of order, apparently. Marcus received a gift from Constance, and she presented Marcus with a few bottles of a potion of water breathing. I thought, you always are on the ship, and sometimes you get left behind. And I know you don't really like that much, and this way you can spend more time with your captain. And also, she requested this. It's a sleeping draught of some sort. So I shouldn't say of some sort. I made it. It's fine. I didn't make it. I have it. Anyway, it's safe. I know this doesn't sound legitimate, but I promise it is. Next up, Constance. Somehow I put this in all right. God knows. Got a gift from Astrid. So Constance, the surgeon of the Redemption, is getting a gift from Astrid, the ship's cook. Both the ship's cooks kind of had a similar idea where they made a very fanciful dish. So Constance, Astrid asked around, found where Constance is from, and made one of the known dishes from the small island that Constance is from. One of the nicer meals that's made around the holiday time, especially because Constance is away from her family. And also discovered that Constance comes from a family of candle makers, so she also decorated it with a number of candles. Winnie, you are receiving a gift from Connery. And Connery comes up to you. We can say that this is a nice party. Lights are strewn all about the deck. Candles are lit. People are lighting their candles and putting them in their boats and dropping them into the water. So you have this flowing bits of light behind you, all twinkling on the ocean waves. And Connery comes up to you. Winnie, can I have a moment of your time?
Yeah, sure.
And he kind of gestures for you to come into the captain's cabin with him. And he closes the door after you've come in, and he pulls you in for this big, warm Leonin hug. That's both paws, all one on your lower back, one on your shoulder, and it's warm and it's soft, and he purrs for a second. And he pulls back, And he goes, "If you tell anyone, I'll kill you and throw you overboard."
Not a word.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of my crew, Winnie. I appreciate you very, very much.
I think Winnie would have reflexively, like, hugged back, but, like... Happy Candletides, Connery.
I made you this. And he presents a little ribbon that's kind of like meant to, it's attached to a comb to be put into your hair. It's tied into a bow.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Get out. Nope, get out.
I'm going.
Good.
But, like, again, anime tears, like, welling up. And she scuttles out the door and just, like, snaps it shut behind her.
Astrid is next. She receives a gift from Constance, which that is probably where I messed up, because they shouldn't be. There's another closed loop. No, because Constance gave to Marcus, so that's where I messed up. So she's getting a gift from Esben. Yeah, fixed it real time. Okay. Esben is a very silent individual. You're actually not sure if he can talk. I'm not sure that he's said many words to anybody except for Scarlet. But he approaches Astrid. I tried not to do too much of the same crew, but he presents Astrid with this new set of cooking knives. That's what he says they are. They are like killing knives. These are daggers. Like, these are double-bladed. They should not be used in a kitchen. But he has at least worn down one of the edges, and he just nods at Astrid, and Astrid smiles. She's this, bubbly, bright, freckled Aasimar, and she goes, "Thank you, Esben. I very much appreciate your very kind thoughtfulness. It's very nice of you." He just, that's fine. No big deal. Proximus, you are next. You are receiving a gift from Winnie.
Winnie is going to... I think this is probably right after what just happened with Connery, so she's a little, like, on the wrong foot. So she's just gonna sort of hand you this package, and it's just simply, it's wrapped, but it's just like a little piece of cloth. It's not even like tied, just to keep it fingerprint free. This is for you, Proximus. I hope you like it. And it is a silver flask, but she has etched in the symbol of
Persona.
I was like, Winnie would know. Eva just absolutely blanked. Persona. And it, if I did it right, it will make sure that anything you put in there is good to drink. I mean, if you put in a liquid, like, don't put in a toe or something, that'd be weird. Anyway, happy Candletides.
Thank you so much, Winnie. I appreciate this so much.
The flask essentially has purified drink.
Oh,
Winnie did roll for it.
Yeah. And etched it herself, but she did not make the flask herself.
this is very beautiful. I appreciate this a lot. I will keep this on my person all of the time.
And I'm gonna just slide this in here right now. I think at this point, little Jeffrey he's making his rounds. Everyone is gonna get this. But he's gonna just like tug your sleeve or like the hem of whatever you're wearing, Proximus, and hand you a little, like, it's shaped like a teardrop, basically. It's supposed to be the flame of a candle, and Winnie will explain this. He made it. It's from part of his old iterations. But he just, that way you've got a piece of him with you always, because he loves you.
Oh,
he does a little tug, and the mouth just opens, and out comes the sound, "Hello, sir or madam, and or non-binary individual. Here's a piece of my body."
I like to preface it before he gets to it, because
enjoy
it sounds
my
really...
flesh, my metal flesh.
Yeah.
I died for this.
I died for this.
I am Christ-like.
He's got the spirit, but yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is so thoughtful. Thank you, little Jeffrey. And Winnie, I just think of you as family, and this has just been the best. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for allowing me to join you.
I mean, it wasn't even a question. And don't think of us like family. We are family, Proximus.
It's always so confusing because everyone has, like, family. Except for Scarlett and I. But I appreciate being your extended family, for sure.
I mean, some things are stronger than what you're born into, right? Like...
Yes. Absolutely.
Make your own family.
Thunder rumbles softly, far, far away. And Proximus, it is your turn as you are giving a gift to Ripley. Ripley Scarkeeper, the surgeon of Uther's Mercy. Cross's Mercy, I'm sorry.
So I knock on the door of the infirmary because, you know, this is not my ship. Hello, this is Proximus. I am the first mate of the other ship.
The door opens, and this massive orc woman, like bigger than the doorway itself, she puts like a hand on the top of the door and kind of pulls her very muscular self out. "Hello, can I help you?"
Yes, I got this for you. Happy holidays.
What is that?
It is, so there's a leather wrapped kit. As you open it up, it is scalpels, all different sizes, and then some that are just the blade that you can refit into the top. And then in the middle of it is a headlamp, like rudimentary, made with a candle on top, that so that you can see everything while you're working. And these are very, very sharp. Be very careful.
Tears are streaming down her face, and she pulls you in. She goes, "I haven't gotten a gift in years. Oh, this is very nice. We used to celebrate candle tides on my old ship, and we didn't do that here for a long time. This is very thoughtful. Thank you."
I hug around her waist, and everybody should celebrate I am so glad that I came here today for this. This is my first one ever. This is the
Good
best.
tidings to you. I promise I won't let you die should I have the ability to stop it.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if I do die and you need any organs, I am more than willing to give them to whoever needs them.
Yeah, whoever. Whatever. Sure. Yes. I'll take your organs.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Scarlett. Honey walks up towards you with this very large platter that she is balancing on. Well, I'm not going to say balancing. It is a large platter. It has handles. And presented for you is an assortment of fish in all sorts of ways. And she looks at you and she goes, I didn't know if you liked. No, that's not Honey. Honey is he's Irish. Didn't know if you liked I apparently can't do an Irish accent tonight, so fuck it. Honey just goes, didn't know if you liked, sushi or fresh or cooked, or you're a siren, and so I just got a little bit of everything, but I made it as fancy as I could, and there you go.
It's much better than eating it raw off the bone, honey. This is very thoughtful. Thank you.
That option's there too. Just
perfect.
Good tidings, Scarlet.
Good tidings, honey.
Last moment. Next up is Sammy, who Acacia, I believe you have.
I already did Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely already did. I apologize.
Because we did. We tried to do the.
You did. In my head, I was like, somebody did Sammy. You did. You did that. It was the feed. Absolutely. Connery is up next, and Marcus approaches him, and I'm going to say he's been working on this. He might have had Scarlet help for reference from time to time. And he opens up a small chest in front of Connery, and there is this glorious sleeveless captain's coat. It has all this brocade on it. It has filigree. It is just pure decadent captain in this deep almost maroon, kind of deep red. And he has made it so the sleeves show off the guns appropriately. And he presents it to Connery, and Connery just looks at him and kind of pats him on the shoulder. Thank you. Can't wait to get blood on it. Beautiful. And Marcus leans in and goes, I know that you mean red drink when you say blood. I've seen you. That's the real present. I'm keeping your secret. If anything happens to Scarlet, and I know you did it, that secret's getting out. Connery just looks at him and goes, I respect you so much.
God, please tell me Scarlet's close enough to hear this exchange.
I would say close enough to hear the hushed whispers for sure.
Casual blackmail is so good.
Oh, for pirates, it's better than a greeting card.
Her shit.
We have two people left. Trosho is next. So Scarlet, I believe you have Trosho.
I do. We'll present Trosho with a smaller box and then a slightly larger one. In the smaller one, Trosho will find muktak, which is a food that she had to go to Honey to procure. She had to bribe Honey with whatever Honey wanted. Whatever Honey wanted, Scarlet gave her. And then
Scarlet worked in the kitchen for a minit. Scarlet will scrub dishes.
Yeah. And then in the slightly larger box, Trosho will find a Trosho-sized officer's coat in the same colors as the sails of the Redemption.
Oh.
It has a lining that can be removed, so it can be warmer or more suitable for hotter weather. But it's not quite as fancy as Connery's, but it's still very nice.
Trosho kind of skips back and forth on their little Okatha feet. Oh, Scarlet, I absolutely love it. This is beautiful. Oh, it's so nice. And reversible. It's reversible. Just like time. Wait, you didn't hear me say that. Ah, this is nice.
Got nice pockets, too.
So many pockets.
It's got inner pockets so you can keep all the money you get from everyone.
Hidden pockets.
You're welcome.
For secrets.
Snacks, even.
Secret snacks. And you see the little Katha eyes kind of roll back a little bit and go full goblin mode, and you just see just scurry off. Last, absolutely not least, is the resident cook, Honey, on the Redemption. Ripley Scarkeeper is the gift giver for that. And she has made a rather decent sized brush by collecting, I'm gonna say more tense bits of fiber, especially from rope and sort of things, and have hardened them, and has basically made a very nice brush for Honey to groom herself with. And if you ever need help with your shots or anything like that, if you ever need your preventatives up to date, just let me know. I'm happy to get you all set up on that. That, I believe, concludes gift giving for Candletides, unless there's anything anybody else. No?
I have small gifts.
Okay, well, all right then. Let's go ahead and go around, because I was actually not done either. But yeah, Scarlet, go ahead.
I will go up to Acacia. I will find Acacia and present a small bag about the size of your palm. This is for you.
What's
Good
this?
tidings. Just something small. If you open it, you will find a clear glass jar full of star-shaped sand. These stars don't stare back.
Thank you.
I thought you might enjoy it.
Have a nice little place on my shelf when we get back to Phoenix Landing.
Perfect. And then I will go find Winnie. Winnie, I'll present you with a box about, two hand.
But Winnie has small hands. I'll open it.
Inside, you will find a heart-shaped item that says best friends on it that breaks into two. One is a magnet. The other is a pin for you and little Jeffrey.
Oh,
so good. I hope he's magnetic.
At least some part of him has to be. She will affix something that is
Animal
magnetic.
magnetism.
Oh my god.
I'm irresistible.
She is going to give you a big ol' weenie hug.
I will
Thank you,
accept
Scarlet.
it. You're very welcome.
Good tidings.
Good tidings, Winnie. And almost last, Proximus. I will find you. Present to you a palm-sized box. Wrapped.
Oh, thank you, Scarlet. And I'll open it.
Inside, you find a chain necklace, and at the bottom of it, you will find a small chainmail bag that is the perfect size for the stone that has Corvus's name on it. And I will pull out the matching one from my own shirt. Figured he deserved a little bit more than just a leather pouch.
You know he would say this is too much.
I know.
This is way too fancy for something that Corvus wanted.
Yeah.
But he was simple in ways like that, but I don't think he realized how many lives he touched.
No, I don't. But either way.
Can I hug you?
Of course.
And I give her a hug, and in her ear, I whisper, you are now my sister. You know that, right?
You know, I have been called much worse. Being called your sister would be an honor.
Forever and always.
That concludes Inner Circle gifts. I've got one more, but we're going to save that for later.
I don't think I actually give it. I don't think I would have actually given it, but for a joke gift, I did consider giving Winnie a child harness for Jeffrey.
Winnie would think that was hilarious.
Right. It's a nightmare considering he can move in like 3 dimensions, so he's like flying all around.
And also super heavy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Eva was not ready for the emotions tonight, I don't think.
No, I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Just, you wouldn't... At some point, when you all go to your respective ships and to your respective cabins or wherever it is you'll sleep, you do end up finding each of you just a long black feather that has 3 metallic red beads on it a piece.
I'm affixing that to my druid staff.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
I need to make a list of things that are on my staffs.
Right? It's nice.
So
It's like
so the art can get edited.
What's the bird I'm thinking of that like collects and steals everything?
Magpie?
Magpie, yeah.
There's a lot of birds that steal shit.
No, that's true.
Magpies are corvids.
All corvids.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Anything anyone else would like to give?
I think before Winnie goes back to, because this was on the Cross's Mercy.
Yeah, it's the bigger ship.
Yeah. Seeing that Fia is not kind of among the party, kind of towards...
No, she's watching from the crow's nest.
Yeah. As everything's kind of winding down a little bit, she's going to... I think she'll just climb. Like, there are other possibilities, but I think she will properly, like, climb up to the crow's nest and kind of, like, knock on the bottom of it. Hello, are you awake?
Poor Sweetling, I'm here. You want to join me?
If you don't mind, I don't want to impose or anything, but I just noticed that you were up here all alone. Probably, I mean, everyone else is accounted for, so I think. Some people died, and I kind of can't keep count anymore, but, actually, that's not true. Winnie has keen mind. She actually would know exactly who's who and who's where. Curse these feats. Okay. Well, I didn't know if you were a Candletide sort of person or whatnot, but I thought maybe you were a wine in the crow's nest at night sort of person. Although it could also very easily be early morning now. Who's to say? And little Jeffrey is just gonna unhinge his jaw per usual, and she's gonna pull out a little bit of wine and a couple of glasses. Why not? And I thought maybe, yeah, we could just share some wine, and
I would like that very much.
Happy random evening.
Happy random evening. I do like Candletide. We just don't celebrate it. Generally. But I'm always happy to have company and wine.
Well, good. I'm gonna come up now, and she'll like get into the process proper, and then settle down, and yeah, we can just a generic just a getting to know you sort of conversation, not a yeah. And that's all.
Sirona, the Tressum, joins you after a short while, and Winnie, I'm going to say that Winnie has a certain way of judging people's character, and it is telling that Sirona curls up in Fia's lap. It's a little bird cat. And to those of you in the crow's nest, the singing of good tidings, the carols drift up softly to you all as night carries on, and again a storm far off rumbles slightly. And the waves
will sing along or like hum a little bit along, but not in a charming.
Not in that way, yeah. And the night goes on, and the candlelight dies, the lanterns stay lit, but after a while the drinks stop flowing and people start to get tired. And it's at that point that the deck is empty enough that Scarlet, Marcus approaches you and presents his arm to the captain's quarters. Good tidings, ma'am.
Good tidings.
A bit of privacy. I had a gift that I would like to present to you.
Funny enough, so do I. Unfortunately, your gift is in my captain's quarters, though.
Unfortunate.
I will
And
open the door.
he would follow you in, close it behind him. Winnie, did you have one more thing that you wanted to do? Did you just message me that, or was that?
I don't.
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
this
that
is
was
something
me.
else.
Spiggle's storm just came up, like it startled me.
Derek
So if
called it into existence.
He did.
if I
Don't Derek's
disconnect, y'all know why.
I am a reverend now. Call me the storm caller. I am a reverend day. If you want a Reason's Call wedding, I'm do it. Within your quarters, Scarlet, Marcus reaches into one of his captain's coat pockets and presents a small, just like clasped box. I thought a lot about this, and I decided that I wanted you to have this.
Okay. I'll open the box.
Within is a necklace of a fire opal. There's a bit of heat being given off from it, and it has pearls kind of adorning the side, 3 pearls on either side. This belonged to my mother, and I always said that I would give it to someone that I truly cared about and respected, and would rather no other person than. And that is you. I love you.
Oh.
I understand that's a lot, but it is a fact nonetheless.
Well, okay. Here. Your gifts are on my desk. And there's a small stack. It is the 2 books that I borrowed from Roland.
Re-gifting a borrowed book.
Look.
You are a criminal.
Where else was I gonna get books on dragons? Everyone just assumes Scarlet's suddenly into dragons. Hell no. There's also the tome. And on the front of the tome, when you open it, there is Scarlet's usual gold coin necklace that she used to wear. Had been wearing up until literally that day.
Thank you, Scarlet. These are very nice gifts. Some of these books are one of a kind.
Certainly. If they don't make it back to where they belong, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Noted.
About the necklace, though, I found that it led me to things that I needed many more times than one. It only felt right.
I will cherish it.
Of course.
Constance had a draught for you and helped with sleeping.
I thought it would be nice if I could actually sleep.
I don't blame you.
With you.
That would be nice.
So you'll have to wake yourself up in the morning other than me waking you up. So good luck with that.
I think I'll manage.
Wonderful.
The night goes on. to stop the music because unfortunately the night does not end in the morning. You all do not get a single night of restless sleep. It is at some point when the moon is high in the sky, not that you can see it through the storm clouds, when Marcus awakens to a cold bed. Next to him is the necklace, the notebook that Scarlet had left for him, and nothing else. In a moment of confusion, he just assumes that Scarlet got up as she typically does before the thought finally dawns on him that she shouldn't have gotten up at all. The drought should have worked. She should still be asleep. Could she be sleepwalking? Could she be in danger? He pulls on a coat and walks out of the captain's quarters, careful to make sure that no one sees, but no one's about. She's not on the top deck. He is moving quicker now, worried that perhaps something could have happened to her. Maybe she made her way to one of the lower decks. Maybe she's gambling with the sailors in the middle of the night. That could happen, right? And he runs below deck and sees it full of sleeping sailors and no movement, a single lantern lighting what is otherwise a still and snoring scene. He goes into the hold, ducking to get lower to see if Scarlet was playing some sort of game. Maybe she's hiding amongst the goods and equipment. It's a terrible game. She didn't set any rules. That's horribly unfair, and she knows better than that. She's not there. He runs back to the top deck. At this point, his footsteps are thundering on the planks, enough that it is waking sailors as he is running by them, and there are confused noises from those who see him, and he is looking over the sides, and sailors are getting up with him and looking over the sides. Marcus, what is it? It is someone fallen overboard. Marcus, say something. And he's running from starboard to port, from fore to aft, looking for any sign of anyone in the water, but she's not there. Nothing's there. Nothing but just waves. And he tries his best to collect himself, but there is very little to collect at this time, as he just yells out into the darkness. He is screaming your name. He is screaming Scarlet, from fore to aft, from starboard to port, at any empty space that could hear him, but he hears nothing in return. Just the thundering of clouds. He signals to the Redemption to drop anchor. Light signals. It's easy enough to do, especially at night, flickering of a lantern. All of you aboard the Redemption, your ship stops. And as you all might awaken to this sudden jolting, this rude awakening in the middle of the night, Marcus has already boarded a longboat to the Redemption. And as he is frantically climbing aboard this fire genasi with a look that you've never seen in his eyes before, a look that you didn't even see when you took his ship from him, it is a look of fear. Like a child who's lost their parent in a crowded place. He is looking back and forth frantically, trying to find someone that's not there. And as you all have gathered, he looks to you and he says, Scarlet's missing. Have any of you seen Scarlet? Did she come aboard here? And as you all shake your heads, that's where we're going to leave this game for this week. That is to say that Kaila will not be joining us next week or the week after. Scarlet's got some other stuff to do. Kaila has some other stuff to do in real life, but also this is a perfect plot point to introduce some Scarlet stuff as well. So, all that said, Thank you for joining us for Horizons Call. This has been a fantastic game. Thank you again to our special guest, LT, for joining us. Thank you to my cast for letting us go late. I apologize. I said 15 minutes and it turned into 45. So I'm going to make this quick. I apologize. I appreciate you. We're going to get out of here quick. So thank you all for this wonderful experience, as always. We're going to go ahead and go around and have these people say some lovely things about themselves, as well as where you can find them. And then we'll do some show stuff, and then I will let you all go enjoy the rest of your night. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi, I'm Mare. Follow me on Twitter at Blue Sky at Archmage of Dice. I'm here Wednesdays. Check out the Twitter and stuff of Sword and Key and everything like that. We can do the full spiel next week.
Fair enough. Eva.
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. You can find me on Twitter at TheEvaSerate or Blue Sky and Threads at EvaSerate. I'm gonna figure out what my beacons is and just say that from now on. I have a one-shot of the Carly Rae Jepsen Lasers and Feelings game Boy Problems coming up on Valdrian's channel September 1st at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is very exciting. And I think I have other things percolating in the back, but that's all that's on the schedule for the moment, except Brindlewood Bay, I guess, tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, on this channel, if I didn't say that.
Thank you, Eva. LD.
Hi, everybody. I'm LD. You can find me everywhere that's important, specifically Twitter and Blue Sky at the Lady Dame. Also on Twitch and all of that. I'm a late night variety streamer. I stream Sunday nights, Monday day during the day, and Tuesdays, especially. I'm really excited because y'all Stray Gods is out, and I'll be starting to stream that tomorrow night, and I'm very excited about it. But yes, I'll also be over on Valdrian's channel on Friday, September 1st at 8 a.m. I'll be playing in Boy Problems, and as a Carly Rae Jepsen fan, I'm very excited about that, and that's all I'm going to talk about today. Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you, LD. Please go check LD out and all of those wonderful places. The Lady Dame is a fantastic human being. If I will shout the wonderful things about her from the mountaintops. Please go support her in any way you can. Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. I'm also emotionally wrecked, and yeah, you can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on Twitter, Instagram more than most, and Tumblr also. So, and possibly some other places. But thank you for being here.
Yeah, a special thank you to Mikyl as always for doing the incredible artwork, even for our guest. It is phenomenal. Please go support Mikyl in any way you can. He does some incredible stuff, and I only want to see more of it. Last, absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. I have been your stolen murder mermaid, Scarlet Shores. You can find me on all the social medias at KMC. If you can't find me with there, you just add an underscore. But I will miss this table and miss the crew hangs out and chat for the next 2 weeks. But I will see you on the other side, hopefully.
You will. Absconded, but not gone. Fantastic. I will keep show stuff short. I do want to say that my name is Derek Sword. I've been your GM. I use he, him pronouns. Thank you again to my wonderful cast. Thank you again to you in the audience for joining us. But don't worry about following me. Follow Sword and Key. We have a beacons.ai/Sword and Key, all one word. You can find all of our stuff there, including our promo codes. I will add our new one here soon for Greenleaf Geek, but we at least have the Friday T1 up there already. Me personally, I do recommend you listen to my podcast Monster Crush. It's about cryptids, creatures, and all sorts of different smoochable monsters. We have a lot of great episodes. We have a new one that we just recorded today that will be coming out on the 20th, and we have a new episode out right now that came out last Sunday, so you can listen to that one. As far as Sword and Key stuff goes, definitely check out Brindlewood Bay tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Pacific that Eva is in. It's Murder, She Wrote meets Call of Cthulhu. It's a great game. Please go check out Magical Kitty Save the Day. It's a game that Mare is running at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. There are 2 more sessions of it. It is a charity game benefiting, I can't remember the acronym.
JDRF.
JDRF, thank you. I was thinking of start with an I. JDRF International. It's a great cause. Please go support that show, at least by watching, but also consider donating to that phenomenal cause. Other stuff is in the works. So again, check out our beacons. You can join our Discord there, see our calendar, all that kind of stuff. That's where I'm going to leave it. We've gone long enough. Thank you, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, fair winds and following seas, brave mariners.